time of week when I throw my cares away. Today's when I get to see my foot-aside play. The boys and girls on my team never yielding, chasing that premiership dream. Oh, that dream. Watch them run, chase and give their all in the quest to win that important ball. I'll be there for every kick, mark, tackle, and goal, and support them when the knocks take a toll. Doesn't matter if I'm a ram, a devil, a buckaroo, a brooker, or from the woods. My team will always come up with the goods. So with the team that fills my heart with pride, let's buckle up and enjoy the Hills football ride, the Hills football ride.
Well, the strong tradition is set to continue today as neighbouring arch rivals Mount Barker and Hahndorf square off in the annual Hills Football League Anzac Challenge A-grade match. Since 2010, the two clubs have met each other on Anzac Day as part of honouring those who served their country and, importantly, those who paid the supreme sacrifice. Through the support of the Mount Barker RSL sub-branch and special Anzac trophy and medal for the best player of field were introduced for the match, honouring Mount Barker resident, the late Thomas Johannes de Vries van Leeuwen, who was killed while serving in Vietnam. This will be the 15th Anzac Day clash between both sides. Hahndorf have had the dominance over the past 6 encounters, winning those, and they currently hold a 10-5 advantage in the 15 clashes. One man who needs no introduction here at German Armed Oval in Hahndorf. He's played in the Anzac Day games for Hahndorf. I'm talking about dual male medalist, dual premiership player, SNFL and Hills Football League with Hahndorf, Matt Cooper. Coops, thanks for joining us today. A special day on the calendar.
Yeah, mate, it is, and it's a good turnout here today. The crowd is turned up, and it's a great day. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coops. And of course, Jack Moore, he joined us last year for the call between Nambrema United and Hahndorf at German Arms Oval in Hahndorf, which ended up being the grand final. So he's back. Potentially, this could be the grand final later in the year. We'll wait and find out. Jack, thanks for joining us today. You'll be calling as well.
Thanks for having me. It's a high privilege, I should say, to take the seat alongside you. But if you're a Mount Barker fan and you're watching, as you said, looked like I was a little bit of good luck for Nan last year making the grand final in the one game I did with you up here at Hills Footy. But it's a wonderful day. It's a special occasion. And it's a privilege to be broadcasting on this wondrous afternoon. Of
course, Pistols and Jaden will be back on Saturday. We've got the Meadows Macclesfield traditional Anzac round clash as well. As I said, Hahndorf have had the edge since 2019 against Mount Barker. Mount Barker last Anzac Day win against Hahndorf was 2018 Coops, and this Hahndorf side under Matt Golding been pretty dominant. Lost the last 2 grand finals. How have you seen their start of the season so far?
Yeah, look, they've been really good actually. I think God has gone back and got them re-established with their fitness and skills, and yeah, look, I think they're keen now. I think it's hurt them last year, going down to Nan by, what was the score? I think it was a
few goals in the end, yeah.
So I think they'll be hungry as ever, and it's good to see some of these young blokes coming through Hahndorf and getting a good crack at it. So yeah.
All right. One of the unfortunate injured players today is defender Joel Leake. We've got an interview too coming up with the Mount Barker skipper Geordie Houlihan. Joel, thanks for joining us pre-game. Unfortunately, not playing today. Tell us how the guys are ready for today.
Oh, it's always just a pleasure to play on this day. They're always happy to get up and about for the big Anzac Day clash. They're always just raring to go. I'm pretty peeved to miss out on this one with my bit of a hamstring awareness after the short turnaround. But yeah, I'm sure they'll come out hot again, aiming to start off well like we have the first 2 games this year. But yeah, it should be a good contest today with Mount Barker.
Jack?
And speaking of those first couple of games, Hahndorf sit atop the ladder looking for a bounce back after being undefeated last year, but of course not crossing the finish line in the grand final, whereas Mount Barker, a lot expected of them. They've had a up and down start to the season. This game in particular, a lot of exciting recruits on both sides. How do you expect it to play out? Weather looks pretty clear. It's not going to be much of a factor. And as you said, these kind of headline games on these special days, both teams can rise up to the occasion.
Yeah, I expect everyone to come out there and play their hardest today. I know a couple of our big recruits like Riley Clamp, I'm sure he'll have a good day today. He's a pleasure to watch. He was always a pain in pre-season playing on him. Woody Drummond, he's probably gone under the radar a little bit, but I like the way he goes about it. He's real tough in and under, gets the ball out to the other mids. So yeah, I think it should be a good game. I'd be interesting to see what Mount Barker put up out there. I'm obviously a bit disappointed to not get out there and play on Jordan Houlihan, so we'll see how Sholey goes today with him.
You mentioned Clamp and Drummond. They're very exciting recruits. Obviously, Clamp spent some time with Adelaide in the Sandful and kicked 100 goals in 32 games over the past few seasons for Strath. And Woody Drummond's come up and spent some time at Southern Eagles in the York Peninsula Football League and at Port Reserves too. So a couple of recruits to look out for today.
For sure. And I just mentioned the sponsors for today. Call it a Wild sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive Dartfish, HFL sponsors Work Locker Mount Barker, The Courier, Closey Supermarket, Sports Power, Sharon, Think Road Safety and Sports Centre, and of course the men in green, Hills umpires sponsors are Cherry Glen Osmond, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Mortgage Choice, Adelaide Hills, Sports Power, Sterling Hotel and Apele. And Joel, continuing on, how young defence, obviously, no Scott Perling there this year. Pavlik started the season nicely. He's head down to Sturt. You're not playing today, so how do you think that defence will hold up?
We've switched things up a little bit this year, throwing Troy down back and Sam Hayden, so they'll have a big day today, I reckon. Jordan Scholl's been amazing. He's been really good through the B grade for the past, 5 years now. So he's been stiff to not even be in the A grade lately until this year, but he's been awesome. I expect him to put up a pretty good effort today on Jordan Houlihan. Yeah, I think they'll hold up well. I know it's been a big effort for us to get our mids to work back and fill in those roles where we had Scott Perling, who would obviously chop off everything. So it's been a bit of an adjustment period, but I think it started off pretty well. And we'll get a good test today from Mount Barker because I know they've got some strong forwards up there. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how they go today.
Jack?
And we've mentioned obviously the names that are big recruits and everyone would know watching the stream and know of Hahndorf over the past couple of years. Any players with perhaps limited experience or guys that don't really hit the high possession numbers but are important cogs that we should look out for today?
I reckon young Noah Prenzler, he's been unreal. He's just puts his head over the ball. He sits back in the holes and he just goes at it the right way about it. I love watching him play. Him and Daniel Zander, they're probably two of my favourites. Some smaller mids/forwards, but they get the job done all the time. I also like watching Matt Karatai. He's another one that goes a bit under the radar, but you rarely see him lose a contest. So he's always one that I like to get around, even though he's a bit quiet. And then the last one I'd say is probably Jack Kleeman. He's just so smart with everything he does with the footy. Looks after it well. So they're the ones that I'd just keep an eye out for. I know they don't get heaps of touches all the time, but yeah, they're really important players for us.
So those names there, you mentioned the first one was Noah Prenzler, who made his senior debut in this side in round one. So to break into a grand final side and a strong side like Hahndorf, he must have something about him. So plenty to watch from the players of note and some players underneath who want to push up as well.
So who you reckon, Leakey, we should be looking out for today, mate?
I reckon... I'm hoping Daniel Zander, Chook Zander, I hope he has a big game today. He's a crowd favourite, so hopefully he goes on and kicks a few goals. Yeah.
3 goals last week for Zander, so... It's very important, obviously, this match, and as we see the umpires lining up in the middle of the ground, just a quick note on them. So, centre umpires, Bruce Dawes, Scotty Bow, Ashley Brooks. On the boundary, we've got Jordan Cresp, James O'Leary, Mason Bethel and David Bredenkamp, and the goal umpires, Michael Boma and Robin Crompton. And as Goldie said earlier, those umpires, of course, sponsored by Cherry Glen Osmond. As the players start to line up for our Anzac ceremony, and some fantastic work by the ground staff here at Hahndorf to have that fantastic artwork on the ground inside forward 50, and the players and we all begin to prepare to pause to pay our respects.
Thanks, Joel, for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. On behalf of Matt Schultz and myself from the Hahndorf Footy Club, Matt, the President of Mount Barker Footy Club, welcome to the I'd ask Rebecca Douglas, before I do that, special mentions to Parliament, Barker District Council Mayor, and also players, HFL reps, welcome to German Arms Oval. I'll ask Rebecca Douglas to do a short story for us, and then Mark Tyndall will do the ode. We'll have the last post, 1 minute silence, the rouse, and then a special guest to sing the national anthem. Thanks, Beck.
Today, as we commemorate the 109th Anzac Day, we remember the 7 men who died in World War I who played for Mount Barker, along with our only Vietnam fatality, Tommy. But today, I want to pay tribute to 2 World War II men. Roland Bernard Withers played for Mount Barker and enlisted with the 2nd 9th Battalion and was killed on the 5th of May 1941 at the age of 23 as a rat of Turuk. Bernard Berlin played for Hahndorf, enlisted in the Royal Australian Air Force and was killed on the 30th of May 1942 during air operations over France at the age of 26.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Tyndall, as you heard, the President of the sub-branch RSL at Mount Barker. I'll say the ode now. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget. Thank you.
Thanks, Lester. Thanks, mate. Gracie Raymond.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounding nature's gifts of you. Rich and rare in history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well done. I'll ask Rebecca Sharkey to toss the coin. So, thank you, players. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let the games begin. Thank you.
All right, Anzac Day, and great privilege, joined by Mount Barker skipper Jordan Houlihan. Geordie, thanks for joining us. How's the feeling within the group?
Yeah, I think we're pretty positive today. Obviously, not a great game last weekend against Loberthal. So yeah, had a light session Tuesday night. So boys are up and about, I think. So hopefully bounce back from the bad loss on Saturday.
So obviously you got the chocolates against Onkers round one. What did you take from last Saturday against Loberthal? Because you're in a winning position there in the final quarter.
Yeah, I think our fitness is really good. Obviously had a pretty good pre-season. And then yeah, we started over on them in the last half, but yeah, just a bit of inconsistency. We're pretty young, so it's just about staying in the game 4 quarters, I think. Enjoying
being captain?
Yeah, a lot different. So yeah, we got like I said before, we've got a really young group. So yeah, no, it's different for me. So yeah, obviously I'm only 25, and some of the younger boys think I'm old, but yeah, no, it's good. I'm enjoying it so far with Samuel as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season with it.
And Hahndorf, I mean, good rivalry for a long time. Anzac Day as well. What are your expectations today?
Look, I think we got nothing to lose really. Hahndorf obviously been good for a long time, so I think we'll just go in and we'll have a bit of a crack and hopefully come away with the chocolates and yeah, just have some fun and see how we go.
And you've had a great start to the season personally. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. So obviously the body wasn't too good the last few years playing. But yeah, had a shoulder recon last year and had the other one done about 5-6 years ago. So other than that, it's feeling pretty good now. So I can actually lift my hands above my head. So yeah, it started all right. So hopefully continue through it.
And just quickly, any changes for the lineup today from last week?
Yeah, I think we got one. George Pope's gone up to play Sturt. So yeah, and then there's one bloke coming in, so all right, you'll figure that one out.
All right, good stuff. Geordie Houlihan, have a good one.
Beautiful. Thanks for that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Benny Goldfinch there catching up with the captain of Mount Barker, Geordie Houlihan. We're back here at German Arms Oval. This is Jack Moore in the Call of the Wild truck for this special occasion. Anzac Day footy doesn't come much bigger than this apart from finals fixtures in the Hills Footy League. We're here, of course, thanks to our sponsors, Hahndorf sponsors, Harcourts, Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solutions, Haig and Menzel Contractors, and Mount Barker sponsors include Benson Radiology, Celebrations Mount Barker, Hanson Australia, Henley Homes, McDonald's Mount Barker Crane Hire, Terry White Chemmart Mount Barker, and Adelaide Hills Real Estate. We're not too far away from a start, and our Call of the Wild stream media partners include Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, and the HFL League partners Work Locker Mount Barker, Sports Power, Think Road Safety, Sharon, The Courier, Sports Centre, and Closey's Supermarkets.
All right, we're ready to roll. Of course, Jack Moore here for the Call of the Wild. Ben Goldfinch, myself, and Matt Cooper, of course, SNFL Premiership player twice, Hahndorf Premiership player, male medalist, and also played in Anzac Day games. Coops, a few minutes away. What are your thoughts? Here we go.
Yeah, look, I think it's always hot first up, in the first bout. Two teams really going to battle on a special occasion like today. So I think it's going to be really hot for the first maybe quarter. And then it's going to come down who's going to maintain that consistency with pressure and in the run and the legs.
Luke Giles into the lineup for Mount Barker. Keen to see how he goes. Premiership player, of course, back in the lineup this year. He's gone head-to-head with young Lockie Huxtable. Big responsibility for him this year, Coops, obviously, leading the ruck for Hahndorf.
Yeah, it's good to see Lockie getting a crack at it. Now that Daniel Roberts has hung up the boots. But yeah, I reckon he's going really well. He's really shown his class and his development. So I hope he has a good game today.
Braden Hopgood, first free kick, captain for 2024 for the Magpies in the middle of German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. He immediately goes inside 50, Clamp 2-on-1 situation. Kicked 6 goals last week, 4 in round 1. First 3 goals of the match for Hahndorf, all from his first 3 kicks. Is that high, Sam Williams? No. So, just having a look at the Mount Barker forward line. Kobe Koshel, Jack will talk about him shortly. He's opposed to Troy Parker-Bors, deep in defence. Sam Hayden on Damien Hines, who picks it up almost now. Hines wrapped up in the cricket pitch area. Of course, Geordie Houlihan, who we had a chat to pre-game, he is opposed to Jordan Scholl. So, new look defence for Hahndorf with no Joel Leake. And, of course, Perling not there and Pavlik. So let's see how they hold up today against a dangerous Roos defence. Well, that's nice work there by Troy Parker-Bors. Bit of confidence for him early, Coops, in defence.
Definitely. I watched him play last week and he was outstanding, I thought. Obviously a different role for him from playing in the midfield, down back. I noticed, though, he doesn't have a helmet on this year. And he was saying he can actually see a lot better with that peripheral vision. So we'll see how he goes throughout the day. But he had a great game last week, so hopefully he can continue it today.
So the Roos from the half-back line will look to move the ball forward, Jack.
So Jensch's kick was turned over and it's going to come straight back in his direction. Playing a bit of kick-to-kick in the early stages. We've played 1.5 minutes. You mentioned Kobe Koshel for Mount Barker full forward. 214 goals in 47 games for Kingscote on Kangaroo Island. So one to watch as Hahndorf look to repel out of their back line. Parker-Bors gets it back, 1-2, and on the outer side they play. They all come in hard at the footy and they're trying to run it through hands here, Hahndorf, one of their strengths from last season. That was Hayden. Goes down towards half forward and the run continues from Mail. Couldn't quite get there. He gets it back and palms out to the vice-captain, Trenorden, who goes on a short little 45 towards the outer side. See something he likes, leading option, and a beautiful mark for Hahndorf taken by Clamp. And you mentioned Finchy, 6 goals last week. Adelaide Sandford, plenty of experience for Strath, and 9 goals in the season, coming up for his 10th.
Beautiful kick, isn't he, Coops?
He is, mate. He's got a good routine, and look, I'm backing him from here.
He's just getting a bit of advice here from the Roos interchange bench. Let's see how he goes.
Got Roos coach Daniel Lackenby right at his shoulder, just giving him every little bit of advice he needs. But you doubt Clamp needs any more than what's in between the ears as he leans back on it, and the first of the biggest day on the calendar goes the way of the Maggies. They're off to a fast start. And it's 1 goal on the board early. We've played under 3 minutes here on the Call of the Wild, filming Footy Hills Footy League. Anzac Day, special moment for Riley Clamp. 10 goals on the season, and Hahndorf off to the perfect start.
Coops, lovely kick.
Yes, no, like I said, a little bit extra pressure on him near the coaching staff there, but no, he's, like I said, he's got all class written all over him, mate, and I enjoyed watching him play last week, and I hope he kicks a bag today.
All right, back in the middle, Giles versus Huxtable. Good start by Hahndorf, a few inside 50s for the Roos, but Jensch and Troy Parker-Bors holding up nicely back there early. Callan's around the contest. See how he goes today. Obviously won the state country best player last year and male medalist in 2022. Number 14 on the vision for the Roos, but it's going to be Hahndorf. Once again, looking to move the ball forward here by Noah Prenzler. Joel Leake talked about him pre-game. So he goes out towards the wing, finds previous captain in Sam Williams, centre wing. So Williams will kick the ball forward for Hahndorf. Clamps on the lead, went up high, almost took the chest mark. Roos defence under the pump. Driven there with Xavier Parker-Bors.
Good defence from the Roos. It was Lukey Giles just getting in that leading lane to stop Clamp taking the mark.
So 1 goal Hahndorf through Riley Clamp at the 3-minute mark, and Mount Barker yet to score. Umpires around the action. And Jack, away to you.
So he throws it up, and it's a tight start. Couple of important forward 50 contests, and they're trying to get it out through handball. The big man gets it, didn't know what to do with it. Held as he kicked, but he got it away. Oh, a bit of holding going on, but they're holding each other, umpire says, so we play on, all fair in love, but I won't mention war on this very important day, of course. Anzac Day footy here at German Arms Oval. Going up was Jensch, couldn't affect the contest. 1-on-1 is coming up the ground to meet at Koschel, just getting a bit of a nosebleed, wants to push back inside forward 50. What a strong tackle, he's wrenched it away, and that's a beautiful tackle from Scholl, who'll be rewarded with holding the ball as Houlihan just tried to do a little bit too much, Goldie.
He did, Coops, but good early signs from Jordan Scholl at defence there on Houlihan.
Yeah, it was a great tackle. I've had a bit of experience coaching young Scholly, and he's developed really well, and he's become one of those defensive players that's taking his craft, and he's looking forward to experiencing the A grade, so well done to him.
So it's inside 50 here for Hahndorf. Good start by the Magpies. Roos just settling into it here. Aitchison got it out to Samuel Callens, one of the premier players, not just in the Hills Football League, but Country SA. Kick forward, backing back, courage there. Wow, taking the mark as well. Well, we'll have that as a highlight reel. That was Daniel Bennett, of course. Played at Blackwood, played the last few years at the Roos, can play either end of the ground, Jack, but that was a good early mark by him.
Mount Barker would have any chance in taking home the chocolates this afternoon. Lots of courageous efforts needed. Clamp, we saw mark uncontested for the first goal of the game, but since then, Mount Barker have repelled nicely inside the defensive 50s. Hayden, and he's uncontested all by himself, and Mount Barker, a little bit of miscommunication inside the defense, just amping them up, their defensive organisation, and just came unstuck as a mark taken right on the cusp of 50. There's a slight breeze going that way, and it's Prenzler. Made his senior debut in round 1 and kicked 2 goals last week.
Looks a likely type, Coops.
I don't see much of this lad, but what the boys are saying around the club is that, yes, he's one to watch out for, very lively, and he's usually pretty good in front of goals, so he loves kicking a goal.
See how he goes here.
So Prenzler from 40, man of the mark, just a little bit close, but not close enough. Straight through from Noah Prenzler. That's his 31st goal for the club, but his 3rd as a senior player in this lineup. And we were talking pre-game to Leake, and we were saying that if you're a young player, it's very hard to push into this. Well, undefeated last year, Hahndorf, of course, and losing the grand final, but he must be made of good stuff if he's playing senior footy in this Hahndorf team. We've played 7.5, and Hahndorf have 2 goals on the board. Mount Barker yet to score. Anzac Day footy on the call of the Wild.
Giles Huxtable again in ruck. Giles won it down. Samuel Callens bursting in, looking for Aitchison. Good tackle there, stripped of it by Braden Hopgood. Umpire comes into the action. So, as I said, deep for the Roos in the forward line is Koschel versus Troy Parker-Bors. Sam Hayden about 40 metres out from goal opposed to Damien Hines. Houlihan is on Jordan Scholl, and Houlihan will take a mark here. Good confidence early for him. I think he's kicked 11 goals for the season so far.
5 last week, yes.
And he kicks inside 50. Koschel's the target. Dropped the chest mark. Probably should have taken that. Roos at ground level. Jensch, great tackle. Holding the ball.
All the experience there from Jensch.
So Jensch just flapping the arm around a bit. Kicks the ball out towards Joel Parker-Bors with the slick hair this year, Coops. One of the exciting players in the Hahndorf lineup.
Yes, no, they are. All 3 of them are exciting. They all bring a different style of game, and definitely got the slick haircut. Usually all 3 have their sort of short side and backs.
Sam Hayden, meantime, kicks the ball to half forward. Dylan Hopgood takes the mark, half forward line.
So he looks for options inside forward 50. Nothing coming at him immediately, so he goes to a contest. Roos have the numbers. They should work it out of there, but they don't because the pressure is high and intense from the Magpies.
Salt.
Expect anything different. Snap from Salt. Oh, give it a shake.
That was a great goal there. Coops in the pocket, Ben Salt.
Yeah, fantastic. Very hard pocket to kick a goal like that, check side, and little Salty. He's on the scoreboard, and it was great. He stayed down. A lot of Mount Barker boys flew, and we had the Crummers on the ground, so it was good to see.
So Ben Salt can play anywhere on the ground. Talented all-round athlete and sports person, obviously. And he's on the board. So Clamp at the 3-minute mark, Prenzler at the 7-minute mark, Salt at the 9-minute mark. Good start by Hahndorf, Jack, and they are out of the blocks inside 10 minutes, leading 3 goals to zip.
Super experience, as you mentioned. Ben Salt will play his 250th if all goes his way this season, late in the season. And approaching 300 goals for the club. So someone to watch inside forward 50. It's from A till Z on this Hahndorf list. They're all capable of hurting you. But handball out of the middle, and Hahndorf don't get a say on that clearance because it was all Mount Barker out of the ruck contest. Biting off more than he can chew. How will the umpire view this? Holding the ball. Right decision for mine. He tried to take him on and couldn't get the handball free. Finchie.
Yep. So Geordie Houlihan with a look at it here.
He's bounced back well. He was caught holding the ball a couple of times. Umpires paid it to the second man in that tackle. Happens to be
Patrick Titterman.
He's coming up for his 100th game in a few weeks.
Yeah, no, Patrick,
well.
I would have played against his dad back in the day, Scott. And it's good to see these the sons of fathers that continue the journey.
Down the field, he bounced right back up, but Damien Hines just putting a bit of, I think, an open palm into his midriff. Umpire was about 10 centimetres away there. So he saw it, paid it, and we get on with the game.
Well, just on that, Coops, obviously Houlihan, the Murphys, Titterman. So, yeah, it's good to see the next generation starting to come through.
Yeah, no, exactly, Goldie, mate. And same with the Hahndorf boys too. There's a lot of guys there that I would have played footy against their dads in opposite teams, and they've made their journey over to Hahndorf. So it's great to see these kids continue on their family journey, and hopefully it's a good day.
Kick inside 50, Sam Hayden takes the repelling mark. Racked up the marks last week. I think he took 10 or 11 marks in the defensive half of the ground for Hahndorf. So, Xavier Parker Bors represented South Australia, the country champs last year. Left footer. 12 minutes gone. Hahndorf 3 goals. Mount Barker yet to score. Roos have gone forward a few times. Just haven't quite been able to have that shot at goal at the moment. Got some stats also from J.J. Hill, which I'll get to shortly, Jack. But in the meantime, we've got a stoppage situation near the Roos coaching bench there with Daniel Lackenby. You can see he's got the hat on.
Umpire found a free kick initially and also paid 25. If Hahndorf aren't watching, they're at the back, but the umpire's not going to let him take it from in front of the mark. It'll come back to Giles, and Mount Barker need a goal. Down by 3 straight, 12 minutes played. Call of the Wild, Anzac Day footy. Oh, strong mark.
Tripodi.
Defence by Tripodi coming into this side, and Hahndorf looked to just control the tempo. He finds Daniel Zander.
Zander goes up the field, finds Joel Parker Bors. Hahndorf controlling the tempo at the moment, Coops.
They are, yes, they're controlling, especially from the back half. It's really good, their foot skills, and just moving into the spots where obviously Golden wants them to go to. And yeah, like I said, their foot skills are hitting the targets. So
Yench goes to Hayden. Hayden near the Anzac Day logo, beautifully designed there by Keith White. And Xavier Parker Bors takes the mark. As you can see, Lachlan Huxtable on the bench at the moment.
Hayden had 24 touches last week in that defensive 50, so uncontested. Kick is smothered, and all of a sudden Yench is on the scene trying to resist the urge to get that ball back inside 50 for Mount Barker, but we've got a stoppage coming up, or is it just called late and time for a few stats perhaps?
Yeah, a few stats.
Umpire comes in.
Head-to-head count on Anzac Day recently. Hahndorf 8-5, as I said, they're undefeated since 2019. Average margin between the two sides on Anzac Day is 46 points. Hahndorf have won the last 3 by 76 on average. The biggest margin on Anzac Day back in 2021, 108 points for Hahndorf. As you can see, their dominance over recent years. And as the Roos go forward meantime, and Callens finds Cochelle.
Lovely golden fist straight to the car park there.
Last time Mount Barker defeated Hahndorf was round 3, 2018, under lights at Howard Lane.
I think I've seen the wrong footy. There's a yellow footy just behind where this kick's been marked, and looked up for a second, thought it was fist out of play, but it is a mark on that outer side, and a chance for Cochelle to put his name up in lights. He's a goal machine wherever he's played, and that one's sailing towards the teeth of goal. Couldn't make the distance from 45, so it's the first score for the Barker-Roos though. Hahndorf 3 straight. Mount Barker 1 behind on the Call of the Wild scoreboard here at German Arms Oval on this chilly Anzac Day afternoon.
Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and Filming Footy YouTube. Last time Mount Barker defeated Hahndorf in a day match on Anzac Day was 2014 by 2 points. Big classic if we can get to that today. Meantime, Hahndorf go forward though, and Adam Trenorton skips out the back, takes the mark. Back from Sturt last year. Coops, handy inclusion obviously last couple of years.
Yeah, no, it's good to see Adam back to where it all started for him at Hahndorf. And like I said, a lot of the Hahndorf boys who've had obviously a crack down in town have all made the journey back, which is good to see. Their, obviously the mates they've built here over the years, that they're keen to come back and see out their footy career at the club.
So Trenorton to make it 4 straight for Hahndorf. 45-degree angle. And he's missed that one to the left. So a minor score. Hahndorf first point at the 16-minute mark. They go to 3-1. Mount Barker 1 point. Jack Moore, Ben Goldfinch, Matt Cooper with the commentary here from German Arms Oval in Hahndorf.
Mount Barker looked to probe down the field. Hahndorf worked it rather too easily for the Barkaroos' liking in that last passage of play, but they've done the same, and it's inside 50 and chasing after it. It's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if they need it at the back, as you picked up there rightly, Goldie, and he's dived on that, has he? He's got it out, so beautifully done. But he's taken on the tackle there, and he hasn't handballed, and the umpire, or if he pays the advantage, it might be a disadvantage.
No,
but
paid.
Some rather common sense umpiring is going to bring it right back to where the free kick was. And just mentioning that last passage of play from the behind that Mount Barker played for Hahndorf was a little bit too easy, but Mount Barker have done the same to Hahndorf here.
Blake Fidge with the kick. Also spent some time at down the River Murray Football League, was stirred as well. So we're kicking on the Anzac Day logo.
Played 143 games for Manham. Beautiful part of the world. 79 goals for them, and this is his 8th game for the Roos.
So Fidge. This would be an important goal here for the Roos. And he loves that one. Bit of a fist out there towards the crowd, and that's a goal. So Roos on the board, Coops at the 70-minute mark through Fidge. Nice finish.
It was a nice finish, especially from that pocket. I think the last one didn't quite make distance, but no, they've put that one through and see if they can get another one on the scoreboard. I think Hahndorf's got caught out there. James Chapote's just really feeling obviously the pace of A-grade, his first A-grade game back this year. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see how they go now.
So just go back to the middle now. Umpire's ready to roll.
Tight loss last week for Mount Barker, but Fidge had 5 inside 50s of his 12 disposals, so one to watch. G breaking the lines cleanly, that was nice. Put that on the highlight reel. 1-on-1 inside 50. Ball didn't touch anybody, so it bounced. And all of a sudden there's danger. There's Fidge again. 2 in a minute.
Yeah, nice work by young Lachlan Murphy there out the middle there, Coops.
Yeah, definitely good hands out of there. Just noticed, the Hahndorf rotation there, so a couple of different midfielders in there, and just obviously not sticking to their plan. But the Roos have sort of got some momentum now, and 2 straight goals.
Just when you think it was breaking down for Mount Barker about 4 or 5 minutes ago, they've just managed to win a bit of ball and a couple of clearances and small ground. Once it's inside 50, it's very hard to not score, really, once it's inside there.
Had a good game last week, Lockie Murphy, 15 disposals in the opening round against Onkers, and last week he got 21 disposals. So one of the young guns in this Mount Barker lineup had a 90% disposal efficiency last week. So let's see how he goes today. It was a key in that last goal to Fidge, who's up and about with 2 goals in a row. And the Roos starting to settle into this one. They trail by a goal, 3-1 to Hahndorf, 2-1 to the Barkaroos.
Handball on the outer side and taken one down by Woody Drum. Another one to look out for, as we talked in the pre-game. Salt's taken off the back of the park. He's kicked his second, Benny Salt. Adds a bit of pepper to the shaker on that occasion. And Salty in the long sleeves. Keep your eye on him because he is damaging.
Let's have a look at this one, Coops, from the stoppage.
Yeah, no, there was a clean, good work out of there, but obviously ball at the back, let by Mount Barker, and Salty read it obviously a lot better and walked into an easy goal.
I think Drummond was the key there, moving the ball forward, but a nice finish by Salt, as Coops said. So Hahndorf answer that one. Got a bit of a shootout here the last few minutes. 3 goals in the matter of 3 minutes. Back in the middle. Here's a chance for Joel Parker-Bors. Lukey Joel's trying to wrap him up. Sam Williams snaps the ball towards centre half forward. Salt around the action once again. He'd be in contention for the medal early. In the pocket, Clamp, what can he do here? Dribbles it. Well, rush through for a minor score. So a minor score there for Hahndorf. They go to 4-2. Mount Barker 2-1. 20 minutes gone. Coops, what are your thoughts so far? 20 minutes gone. Mount Barker just starting to settle into it a bit here?
Yeah, they have actually. They've just, the last, say, 5 minutes, they've sort of upped it up, like you mentioned there, with Tiedemann and young Murphy in the midfield there, sort of getting their hands on the ball.
So half forward line for Hahndorf. Huxtable's wrapped up. Good tackle. And we've got a stoppage, Jack, at the 20-minute mark. Hahndorf 4-2. Goal kickers for them, Clamp, Prenzler and Salt with 2. And Fidges kicked a couple for Mount Barker.
So out of the blocks quickly in this game, Hahndorf, but Mount Barker have answered and the tackling intensity's gone up. Had to get the handball out quickly. Umpire said he did. Didn't look like it from this angle, but we'll give the umpire the benefit of the doubt. He was closest to it. And a couple of grabs. Give me 1, give me 2. And a nice relieving mark to pump it back inside forward 50. This is Huxtable. 175th game for the Magpies. Kicks to a 3-on-1. Probably not recommended, and umpires found a free. He was taken high as it came off hands. The Barkeroos would be disappointed. Had a 3-on-1, couldn't take an uncontested mark. It fell to Noah Prenzler, who's lining up for his second.
Of course, that's club games for Huxtable there. He made his A-grade debut last year. Played quite a few seasons of reserves to get that experience, and now he's the main ruckman. He's just getting a bit of advice here from Matthew Yench. As Prenzler, Joel Leake talked about in pre-game, he's got a chance to kick his second, and he missed that one there, Coops.
Probably he just poked out that one, didn't kick it through it, I don't think. I said he's usually a straight shooter, but yeah, see if Hahndorf can hold the ball in here and get a score from it. 22
minutes gone, first quarter here, Anzac Day. Hahndorf leading 4-3, Mount Barker 2-1. Fidge with a couple of goals for Mount Barker at the 17 and the 18-minute mark, giving them a little bit of hope as they head towards the 22-minute mark after a good start by Hahndorf. Drummond keeps it alive, hemmed in the pocket, goes for goal, and he's missed that one. Of course, sponsors today for the Call of the Wild sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish. And I'll slip through the mitts there. In fact, it's a free kick. Lucky to get away with that one. HFL sponsors, Work Locker, Mount Barker, the Courier, Closey Supermarket. Sports Power, Sharon, Think Road Safety and Sports Centre. And we'll go to the Hills umpires who are doing a good job early. Cherry, Glen Osmond, Mount Pleasant, Butcher, Mortgage Choice, Adelaide Hills, Sterling Hotel, Sports Power and Apele. And we'll go to club sponsors shortly as well. The Roos, meantime, have the ball on the halfback flank. Geordie Aitchison.
Pushed up the ground to take a lovely mark, and coach Daniel Lackenby would be very happy with the last 8 or 9 minutes from his Roos if they can steal another goal and close that margin to under a couple. Approaching quarter time, we've ticked well into time on, 22 and a half. Slight nudge in the back, but not extending the arms, and well done in the contest by Hayden. Took the mark, played on. Ooh, a bit of danger in that kick. It's going to come back over his head, is it? The Roos can sort out the plans. They can, chasing after it, Houlihan and Willis Shepherd. No, he calls in his teammate. That's a beautiful kick, 2 hands to it. Lovely mark.
Nice delivery there from Stokes to Geordie Houlihan, Coops.
Yeah, it was a good kick, especially with Houlihan having James Brody right up his backside.
Yep.
But yeah, see what he does here from the pocket. Yeah, I've seen this kid play a bit and he doesn't have too bad of a kick, so see how he goes.
So Houlihan coming off 5 goals last week, and he's already lined up for a couple and being in and out of this game. Former Essendon VFL player and had a couple of seasons there at Sturt. Makes the umpire work. Well, that won't go down against his stats, I guess. Out of bounds on the full.
Out of bounds on the full there at the 24-minute mark. Hahndorf sponsors, Harcourts, Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solutions and Haig and Menzel Contractors. As Yench takes possession in the back pocket, kicks it towards the wing, Salts up over the top of those players. Prenzler, he's been active early, gets it to Trenorden, quick hands to Scholl, out towards Joel Parker-Bors. Hahndorf, oh, that's not the, or maybe it's meant to be come off there to Drummond. He's wrapped up in the tackle, and that's a throw.
You've got to go quicker than that, don't you? You've got to make your mind up quicker at this level.
I think that handball forward there should have been off the side there to James Tripodi coming through the corridor, really. Yeah.
Jensch gets the ball from the Koshel attempted mark. High ball into the middle of the ground. Prenzler turned around looking for the crumbs. Aitchison, handballs out to Callens. Callens, repeat forward entries for the Roos, and we'll have a look at this one. Coops, Geordie Houlihan once again to have a look at it.
Geordie not too far from his last kick, but obviously a bit straighter. Not much there Jordan Shaw could do there with that kick. Yeah, nice and low and hit on the chest.
Only the 7 touches last week for Houlihan. Kicked the 5 goals though, so pretty good reward for effort if you're going to say you're going to have 7 touches but kick 5 goals. I think you'll take that every day of the week, but would look to at least score on this occasion and give Mount Barker a real feel heading into quarter time.
So Houlihan goes for goal and gets it. An early sider there, Coops, and makes amends with that one.
And there was a lot better kick through that one. Yes, like I said, with Hahndorf having most of the play, Mount Barker are just holding in there, and like I said, they are finishing off. So yeah, like I said, must be another minute or so to go, and see what we get here.
They were 6 goals down in the third quarter, the Roos last week, and rallied back to almost pinch the game. That's analysis courtesy of Snapshot in the final siren.
Mount Barker sponsors Benson Radiology, Celebrations Mount Barker, as they get the ball here. Aitchison, Henley Holmes, McDonald's Mount Barker, starting to roll here a bit. Mount Barker, Crane High, Terry White, Kenmart, Mount Barker, Adelaide Hills, Real Estate Jack, as they just starting to get control here, heading towards quarter time. Billy Stokes takes the mark.
Strong mark from Klein to set this up. He'll get it back. Oh, his teammate just got in the way, but the umpire's going to bail them out as Hahndorf looked to be off to the races. Kleinig, strong mark, couple of hands from the back. As you said, found Stokes and
Callens now.
Back to Callens. So a leader in this Mount Barker team in the leadership group this season, looking for his ruckman, but he was just a step too slow and the kick held up in the breeze. And Tripodi with a relieving effort, 26.5. Will they bite it off and look for another goal? It's the Hahndorf way to keep putting attacking pressure on their opposition. Gee, chest mark dropped. Salt butters up nicely. It's a little tap on.
Don't mind that.
It's going to find Williams. Clamp with the tap. Selfless footy, but Mount Barker straight back over their heads and setting himself for the mark and taking it over the top.
Hines, great mark.
Lovely. He's playing on quickly, and it was the right decision. If they can just collect their chocolates, they can. Kick beating the smother, and it came in a Kosho who couldn't hang on to it.
Free kick, Roos.
Roos will get a chance here.
Let's have a look at that if we've got the time.
Taking a look on the Dartfish replay, and we'll give you analysis of that shortly, but it's going to go to the man in the highlighter blue boots as we take a look at the Dartfish replay.
Oh.
They got lucky, I guess, because Koshel would have liked to grab the mark, and because he didn't, it fell to Fitch, and the tackle was a little bit agricultural, bit tired in the end of this first quarter. So Fitch 2 in the quarter. Goodness. Wildest dream stuff.
This will bring it back to 3 points.
Lakey Fidge, and it would probably be a fair reflection on the scoreboard.
Oh, he loves it as soon as he hits the boot.
Oh, that's delightful.
We've got a 3-point ball game, Coops. Game on. Right on quarter time.
I thought Hahndorf had most of that play, but Mounts are definitely hanging in there. And like I said, their last 10 minutes, they've really stepped up, especially to the midfields, like you're saying before, with Stokes, Murphy, Tiedemann, and obviously Julian out forward. It's great to see.
All right, quarter time. And we'll go back to Tommy now in the Footy Central. Hahndorf leading 4-4 to Mount Barker 4-1. Goalkeepers for Hahndorf. Clamp, Prenzler and Salt kicked a couple. Fidge kicked 3 and Houlihan 1. And we've got an interview too coming up with Mount Barker President Matt Schultz at quarter time here in Anzac Day 2024. Mount Barker trailing by 3 points. 2024. Mount Barker President Matt Schultz joins us. Matt, big day for both Hahndorf and Mount Barker. Built a good rivalry, well, for a long time now, but specifically on Anzac Day.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic arch rivalry that's been set up, and we're very privileged to be playing on Anzac Day, and we're very much looking forward to it.
In terms of the side this season, happy with how it's tracking? Good pre-season, and obviously didn't quite get over the line against Lobethal, but in the A's, how do you see it?
Yeah, definitely. The squad's improved. We've really thickened up. Really pleased to have been able to retain and bring back some of our juniors and picked up a couple other players. And great opening round against Donkers. And unfortunately, last week we didn't get the result we wanted. But again, confident that we'll have a strong season.
In terms of today against Hahndorf, guys are getting pumped up in the change rooms. What's the feeling from the group?
Yeah, it's an interesting feel. The boys were very disappointed after last week, so it's been a short week in terms of turnaround and a little bit of reflection on last week, and I think there's a real steely determination for them this week. And yeah, again, I think the boys are keen to atone for last week, but also to get a good result against Hahndorf. And
after this one, of course, is the senior women, so it's a good full day, and then I guess you head back home tonight.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic day. When you can always have your two senior teams playing, men's and women's, really good for the club. Brings a different vibe to the group to bring everyone in together. And yeah, we'll get back to the club tonight and make sure we reflect on the day and just enjoy and make the most of it.
Fantastic. Well, Matt, 2018, last time you beat Hahndorf, and for you guys, hopefully you can break that today.
Yeah, hopefully. It's been a little while, 2016 since we last won here at Hahndorf, so it's been a while, and hopefully we're due today.
Good stuff. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
All the best.
Cheers.
Quarter time, German Arms Oval, Anzac Day 2024, Hahndorf out of the blocks, and with the first 3 goals, but Mount Barker through Fidge kicked 4 of the next 5 goals, and it's game on at quarter time. 4-4 Hahndorf, Mount Barker 4-1. Jack Moore, Ben Goldfinch, and of course Premiership player in the SNFL, HFL male medalist Matt Cooper joins us. Coops, what are your thoughts at quarter time? Good fight by the Roos.
Yeah, look, I thought Hahndorf were going to obviously kick away there, but to Mount Barker's credit, they fought back, and like I said, the midfield sort of got on top there, and they've worked hard to get back in this game. And look, it's obviously a good fight, good contest. The ball's moving around, and some really good passages of play. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see how this second half of the second quarter goes.
Jack.
This time last year, of course, both teams have had a bit of a change since then, but it was 2 one-sided results for Mount Barker Hahndorf in season 2023. Hahndorf won by 76 this time last year at Benson Radiology, and in round 11 it was Hahndorf by 113. But of course, the Roos have recruited nicely, and they look up for the fight this afternoon, and centre clearance has been massive in that first quarter. Whoever's got that initial clearance out has looked to score from it.
Huxtable having a chat to his on-ballers, Williams, Trenorton and Braden Hopgood. Luke Giles in the ruck for the Roos. Callens, Geordie Aitchison and Billy Stokes. So we're ready to roll for the second quarter. Jack Moore.
So umpire throws it up, and second quarter Anzac Day footy. Thanks for joining us on Call of the Wild and Hills Football League. Filming footy, and again, that initial clearance, it's been the way in the past 15 or so minutes of game time, going the way of field, Mount Barker's way, and they're just playing around with their food on that cusp of the centre square. Arm in the back, umpire right there, sees it, waves advantage. Wasn't the right decision, but he wasn't to know that. Looked to get it on quickly, and a lovely fist coming towards the commentary side, that time by Kleeman.
Jack Kleeman, of course, his dad, a legend at Lobethal Coops, male medalist. Would you like to see your lads play for another team?
No, I wouldn't actually, but to their credit, I said, old Ned, he's been around a long time and played many games against him, and a lovely man, and it's good to see his boys out here having a good run around.
Hills rivalry alive and well as Xander lays a strong tackle on Giles.
Outer side wing, Hahndorf 4-4, Mount Barker 4-1. As I said, Fidge, the leading goal kicker for the Roos with 3. What a pick-up from Houlihan. Razzle dazzle round on the left. Oh, of course, his dad, you would have played against, Coops?
Yeah, another one. Yeah. No, I remember Darren sitting on a lot of heads back in my day. He was extraordinary over the head and could get up. He could play either end of the ground, but also in the midfield. He was a very versatile player.
And Jordan can take an absolute screamer as well. He took one for Essendon in the VFL, which is on YouTube. Check that one out. Callens, meantime, goes for goal. And Yench reading the play nicely there. Takes the mark. Last line of defence. Koshel, number 53 for the Roos.
A bit of a slow start to this one, but he's a goal machine, as we mentioned earlier. Over 214 goals for 47 games for Kingscote. So one to look out for. Umpires just going to consult with each other here. There might be a borderline decision.
Well, we're going upstairs, are we?
Umpire's pointed the way of a free kick here, or it could be a mark taken. We'll take a look on the Dartfish replay and
well, that's all
go
right.
back to you. But it's going to be a shot for goal on the tightest of all angles in that Terry White Kenmart pocket here at German Arms Oval, club sponsor for Hahndorf. But what a start to give them the lead in the opening 2.5 of this second term, Goldie.
Bit of check side work. I nailed it. High fives all round, Coops, and that's a hard kick there, but he's nailed that one. And of course, the goal kicker we're talking about is young Patrick Titterman.
Titterman, yes. No, it was a great kick, Checky, and not sure what the free kick was, but they've taken advantage of that and they've nailed it. So great finish by young Titterman, yeah.
So 3 minutes gone in the second quarter, and the Roos have hit the lead. 5-2 to Hahndorf 4-4. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 goals. Fidge has kicked 3 of those, and Houlihan as well. So Roos starting to really believe now, after a slow start. They're right in the contest, and having they looked a little bit light on in the ruck department, but having the premiership ruckman Luke Giles in there, just give him good contest around the ball. Jack?
Looks like the umpires came together there and decided it was out of bounds in the fall for that last shot on goal. And that's what transpired. So what a start for the Roos. They looked to bounce from clearance again. The handball missed its target. He was looking for the goal kicker in Tydem, and the handball came from Fidge. And all of a sudden they're inside 40-30 closing. Snap from Lockie Murphy. Out of bounds in the fall.
Looking
strong start.
They're buzzing at the moment, the Roos.
Strong start to this second quarter, and exactly what Daniel Lackenby would have been after Coops.
Yeah, definitely. They've really come out of the blocks here, and obviously always kicking down the hill is always a little bit of advantage, but they seem to be really getting their hands on the ball first and making use of it. So, yeah, Hahndorf really may need to step up their game and get something turned around here.
And they've been challenged, perhaps not expected too much out of these Roos, and underestimate any opponent in Hills footy at your peril. So kick from 55 from Murphy. Took a great mark. He's using that breeze, as Coops alluded to near perfection, but it's just touched a metre on the goal line. So the scoreboard moves along to a 5-point gap, and Barker's way, 4.5 gone. Hills footy, call of the wild.
Of course, Lockie Murphy, another son of a gun, Coops. You would have played against his dad?
Yeah, no, definitely David. Yes, no, a great player. Had many contests against David in the midfield, and I'm pretty sure he's still involved in the club with the junior program. Yeah, it's great to see these dads still putting their 2 bobs forward and seeing their sons on the field as well.
Braden Hopgood, meantime, a rare forward entry for the Magpies. Xavier Parker-Bors just clutches that one beautifully against Daniel Bennett, and that's costly. That's a 25-metre penalty, Coops, and he should make no mistake here.
Well, he shouldn't, mate. He's, from this distance, he really should put this one through. But obviously the Mount Barker player thought he was going to play on and tapped the ball out, and he's got the 25-metre penalty directly in front.
Bennett's, well, he thought he had equal hands on the footy as well, which is why he was a little bit aggrieved.
Hahndorf's leading goal kicker last year, missed that one. Just the rivalry between Hahndorf and Mount Barker during your playing days. I mean, it goes way, way back. But, yeah, what was it like during your era?
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. I still have nightmares of, I think it was 2000.
Yes.
We went through undefeated, and Mount Barker came and rolled us and gave us not just gave us a good touch-up, actually. And lucky enough, we came back the year after and had a good, successful year, winning the premiership in 2001.
Taking on more than he could bargain for on that outer side. It was Huxtable, and free kick going the way of
Callens.
the Roos. Callens, yes. Thank you, Goldie. Well observed as they take it away off half back. Oh, the handball just not sticking. They're going to get bailed out, though.
Troy Parker-Bors.
Just taken down after he got rid of it was TPB. Umpire clears the space. So Koshel, somewhat of an almost afternoon with the goal machine in the 53. He stands the mark on the cusp of that square, taking all the time in the world to get a beautiful option present to him, and it was a pack, but it was a hold.
Huxtable with
In
it.
a couple of possessions, they could be in the teeth of goal. It's even numbers ahead of the footy. Now Barker looked to push one back in the hole now. He saw something open up. It was nice. Ducked the head, got out of it.
Oh, head clash. That's
Taken
not
down.
good. I think it's young Murphy.
Umpire would do all just to assess the situation and just make sure everyone's okay. Blows time on. Xander initially in the contest, and then Trenorden came in.
I think that's his day done there, Coops,
It didn't look good.
unfortunately.
It was a nasty head clash, and I think it was the Hahndorf player, young Prenzel, was it?
Yeah.
Noah?
Fish replay.
He's up on his feet, but the Mount Barker ain't just getting up on his feet now. And the trainer's
head
around him.
clash.
Came in, it was shoulder onto head, wasn't it, Goldie? It was as you were saying, Coops.
I think it's
Prenzler was the
21-day
one.
break now too for concussion.
Shoulder.
Yes, that's right. I think the club officials will explain that to all the team managers and officials and that. And back in my day, it was either you can count how many fingers on your finger or your date of birth, and on you go again.
Yeah, well, he looks. I think that his day's done there. Unfortunately, young Lockie Murphy, as he slowly comes from the ground, as you can see on the screen there.
Not in a good way, is he? But medical staff in quickly and escorting him out of
The runner
way of
saying,
danger.
that's it, Dave Murphy actually, just saying, let's hold up play a bit here because he's coming off the ground. Meantime, Trenorden tries to get it to Yench. It's tight on the boundary line. Good work from the Roos. They're a player down at the moment with Murphy taken off the ground at the moment and handed to trainers.
It's
Over
become
on
a
the
little bit
outer side.
agriculture, hasn't it, in the past few minutes? Umpires just making sure it doesn't get out of hand. So, well umpired.
Houlihan forces the context against Huxtable. Ball in the middle of the ground. Kick forward by the Roos through young Paddy Tedderman. And it's a dangerous position here. Houlihan. Oh no, it's Koshel with his first real look at it here. Makes no mistake. Roos continue on. They go to 6-3. Hahndorf 4-5. Coops.
Yeah, no, their pressure then cause that turnover and get a free kick. And obviously moving the ball quickly in the forward line. And was it Koshel?
Yep.
Like I said, turned him inside out and kicks his first major.
How's that Darfish replay? Smart from Koshel, put a little bit of body contact on just to make his opponent think he was about to get held or win a free kick, but just let go at the right time. Opponent slips over, picks it up, did a bit of a dipsy doodle, a bit of a lazy Susan turn, and we've been talking up his quality and on show for all to see there. So Mount Barker by 10.
Hahndorf last loss here at Pine Avenue was 2016 against Uradler.
Throw here.
Good period by the Roos. Braden Hopgood. Is that 25? Umpire didn't see it that way. Scott Bow. So the skipper, Hopgood, he's got to get his side going here. Kicks the ball inside 50. Targets down there. Roos controlling the defensive 50 area at the moment. They're hot around the contest here. Grouch ducked that one into the contest. Doesn't earn a free kick.
They're pushing the extra number back, aren't they, Coops? It's really impressive because they've got even numbers at the contest and all of a sudden extra number behind the play.
Yeah, definitely. The Roos are hungry. They want to get their hands on the ball first. They seem to be a lot more cleaner with their hands too at the moment. Hahndorf are missing targets and sort of second guessing each other.
Got to remember too, Hahndorf kicked the first 3 goals of the match. Since then, the Roos have kicked 6 of the last 7. So they're having a nice period here, Jack.
Running it out of that side of clearance, the defensive side of clearance and stoppage for Mount Barker has been well stocked. They're dropping a couple behind. Hahndorf, their spare numbers on their attacking side of clearance and trusting their ruckman to give them first use. It's a bit of a ruck battle and, Mount Barker are winning it decisively. And that helps when you get a quick clearance out from that ruck contest as well. Koshel's in fringe. He doesn't believe he did. Not going to win that argument with the umpire. Rarely do. Free kick going the way of the Magpies. But as we were just discussing, Coops, that ruck ascendancy that they've got with Lukey Giles, it's paying dividends right now.
They are actually. He's having good control, and the Hahndorf ruckman just obviously didn't contest that one, but Charles is good at body.
Right on cue, there he is.
Here he is.
Yep, on cue. Gilesy playing his first A-grade game, I believe, for the season. Premiership player back in 2012. Back to the Roos this year, and very handy. Dave Murphy out there, the runner, just instructing the group. Of course, the last time Mount Barker defeated Hahndorf at Hahndorf on Anzac Day was way back in round 4, 2013. So they'd be happy with how it's going at the moment. Some familiar names who were involved with the Roos last time back in 2014 that they actually won against Hahndorf at Hahndorf was Roscoe Brooks, Jamie Grouch, and a few Hahndorf, Jaron Mail and Sam Williams as well.
Those stats are elite from you, Goldie.
Now Jaden J. Hill, stats that matter. He has delivered the good. But a rare thing for Hahndorf be trailing at Hahndorf, Coops. As I said, their last loss here 2016, so unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And I don't think Coach Goldie, he'd be too pleased about this. Yeah, like I said, Mount Barker really bringing their A game at the moment. They're hungry for the ball, winning the first contest and getting their hands on it and being clean. So, yeah, I don't think Goldie would be too happy at half-time.
Of course, Mount Barker down a player. Lockie Murphy looks like his day's done with concussion after the head knock with young Noah Prenzler. He's a ball magnet in the opening few rounds. So Hahndorf need to find something here. Trenorton, hem tight in the boundary line. Goes to Kleeman. He kicks the ball high. Bennett decisively punched the ball into Zander. I think it might have falconed in there.
Only laid 34 tackles, I'm reading here, last week, Mount Barker, in their tight loss, and they would have laid at least half that already. We're only 12 and a half into the second quarter. The pressure's been intense around contest, and their ruckman, who started the season in the reserves, played around 1 and 2 in the B grade. He's given them first look and first use. Here's Aitchison coming off the back of contest. Strong fist. It's still there to be marked if he goes back up Koshel, but in the time it took to came down, he got numbers through, but he butted up nicely. Koshel kicked to where he wanted to be, but Houlihan's there. The captain makes no mistake, and the Roos are on fire.
Well, there you go, Coops. That's another one. 3 for the turn.
No, boy over the back again. The young Jordan got caught out. Houlihan using his body, pushing under the ball, and he read a lot better over the back and finishes off a nice goal.
Nice kick there by Koshel. Good second effort by him over the back of the bus. Houlihan strolls in, and that's his second for the day.
Scholler was it. Just got bodied under the contest, excuse me, a little bit too easily. Houlihan, all the experience to know where that ball was going to drop.
Hahndorf led 3 goals to zip at the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. As I said, since then, the Roos have kicked 7 of the last 8, and they lead 16 points at half, heading towards the midway point of the second quarter here. Anzac Day 2024. Roos in their Anzac Day strip.
Out of zone, umpires found a free off the ball, a holding infringement, and gee, it's eerily silent. German Arms Oval, they're in a bit of shell shock, the home crowd.
So Xavier Parker-Bors kicks the ball to Joel Parker-Bors, under pressure immediately by Billy Stokes. So Hahndorf need to find something here. Kick forward. Clamp. Almost a strong mark. Roscoe Brooks over the top of him. Magpies flicking the ball around. Kick forward. And Karatai takes the mark.
Yeah, no, it was a good spot there by James Petrobodi there, and sending the ball to the young fellow, and hopefully he can finish off. I think Hahndorf needs this just to steady the ship a bit. I think they've just underthinking how good Mount Barker bringing the pressure. So yeah.
Karatai kicks the goal. So moment for him to stand up, and he delivers there. So important kick, important goal. And for his statistics, that's a good one as well, accuracy-wise. Last week he had 7 touches, working at 100% disposal. That's nice. So I'd be keen to rack him up here as we head towards the 16-minute mark in the second quarter. Bit chilly.
6 games in the B grade last year for Hahndorf before making his senior debut in round 11 and playing all the way through to the grand final. So one that's pleased the coach. Oh, that is delightful.
Footy.
It's cream on top, and we've only played 15 and a half in the second quarter. The pressure is elite from the Roos, bouncing to every contest with vigour. But that's the lovely mark taken on his chest by Williams.
Will Hahndorf be stung into action?
Drummond.
Nice clearance though by Callens out of the middle from Giles. That was champagne footy from the Roos.
First use in the ruckman again. It's been a delightful day so far for Giles in the midfield contingent. But here's a chance to get back on level terms in this second term. Salt for his third. He's just pushed it across the face.
Coops, nice work though.
Yeah, great by Zander, front and square, getting the ball at the feet and giving the ball inside to Salty. Unfortunately didn't finish off the good work. But see if Hahndorf can lock it in here and get a goal from it.
Jamie Grouch, another premiership player from 2012 for the Roos. Very important part of this defensive rebound for Mount Barker. Troy Parker Boys versus Cochelle. It's a good matchup. Hayden. Oh, Billy Stokes. Brilliant handball over the top. Kick forward for the Roos by young Paddy Titterman. It's dangerous position. Houlihan put this one down. That's his third.
Oh, he's having his way down there. Having his way with Shoal. He's in 6s and 7s, and a coaching move might need to be made by Matty Golding Coops. It's Houlihan taking the chocolates well and truly in that one-on-one matchup with the current, at the current time.
A lot of experience there by Houlihan, and just once again Jordan caught out here, and Houlihan finishing off again. Great body work, and Mount's quick reply, and like I said, Hahndorf is pretty quiet here at the moment, and it's quite airing, but let's see if we can get out of the stoppage here.
4-goal quarter for the Roos, and the goal kicker for Hahndorf was Karatai at the 15 or 16-minute mark. Important stoppages out the middle. Here's Xavier Parker Boys. You can always put him down here from 50. Wedges it up. Clamp tries desperately to take the mark, and it's socked through there by Grouch.
Just getting a clearance there, but it wasn't purposeful as the ball found Parker Boys off the scone of the kick of the intended target from Mount Barker, but they'll take it.
Sam Williams, meantime, low kick inside 50 onto the Anzac Day logo is taken there.
The kick's gone about 14.9 metres, I reckon.
So the Roos will look to clear the ball here through Jake Ulrich, who played in the premiership for Lobethal. Mount Barker Junior back this season. 90 minutes gone, Coops. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, look, it's the game's still in anyone's hands, but like I said, Mounts have really hung in there, and they're getting their first hands of the ball around the midfield. Young Charles, you see there, that hand tap out there, but Sammy Winners has wet it off, and it's gone forward for Hahndorf.
Hahndorf didn't lose a minor round match last year. Lost a couple of finals, obviously, to Nan. In fact, they've only won a few minor round matches under Matt Golding as Salt goes bang and double cobras it to finish. They're back in this and starting to warm into it now.
Yeah, great finish by Salty there, just read off the hands there. But once again, the Mount Barker Ruckman winning the tap, but Hahndorf obviously reading the hands, and Salty finishes off with a nice snap.
Let's have a look at the replay.
So his third goal, Salt on the afternoon. He's the one that's going to drag the Magpies back in this off the back of stoppage. Beautifully, Goldie.
Lovely handball by
Drummond. Yeah, it was. Good, like I said, he read it off Charles's hands there, and quick hands, and finds Salty, and he finishes off.
So Salt's got 3, Clamp, Prenzler and Karatai with the others, and for the Barkaroos, Houlihan's got 3, and Cochelle, Tiedemann and Fidge with 3 first quarter goals as well. So we've ticked almost into time on, 19 and a half gone. Anzac Day footy at German Arms Oval on Call of the Wild and Hills Footy League Facebook.
Sam Williams with it. Coops, you were just saying something there at the ruck contest?
Yeah, no, sorry, like I said, young Huxtable then got his hands on the ball. Obviously, when Parker Bowles goes in, he's losing a bit of height. So the forwards at centre 40 at Hahndorf.
Got both hands tilted in the mark. Oh, just couldn't reel it in. Kleeman going towards the footy.
Huxtable, of course,
Dangerous
another
position.
son of a gun.
Another son of a gun. Played many games with his father, the little back pocketer, Simon Huxtable.
Salt trying
We
to go
called
up
him the
against
janitor.
What was that? Janitor.
I like that. Once you get
No,
a
that's
nickname,
good.
it sticks, doesn't it? Throwing up about 30 around from goal on this commentary side. Sun's just glistening across the oval and threw his head back trying to win a free kick. Whether he was taken high, we'll see.
Of course, Trenorton's dad played for Uradler. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Marty Trawlin, and and obviously the Parker Bowles dad played footy with him as well, against him. Sorry.
Yeah. Ah, fantastic.
Giles was just bullying Salt in the ruck, but the kick was turned over and he was surprised to have the ball in his hands that easily. This is Jacob Leake. Kick to about 25 out, right on the cusp. 4-5 on 1 now as Grouch arrives. He takes it down. He's well tackled and another stoppage. 25 out. We've played 21 minutes. Mount Barker, for all their second quarter ascendancy, only lead by 9. So a goal here would almost make Daniel Lackenby, the Mount Barker coach, a bit disappointed because they've had the best of the play in this second quarter, Goldie.
Hahndorf starting to warm into it here with goals to Salt and Karatai.
Time on goal is very important, Coops, as well, to have that ascendancy going into the break.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Just that momentum. And you see Mount Barker, they're really pushing their numbers back. As it heads down to Mount Barker centre forward area, young Sholey picks it up and goes to ground.
Yeah. Yeah, importance of holding your feet. Yeah.
You always got taught, the first thing is keep your feet, stay on top of the ground. Used to your teammates on the ground.
Joel Parker balls many times, tries to go quickly.
Ball just trickled forward of the mark. Umpire's going to bring it back. That's a great point. A couple of times this quarter we've seen Houlihan keep his feet and Scholl lose his feet, and it can happen in a split second at this level where you can be made to pay very easily.
Joel Parker balls mid-time, goes to his brother Troy. A few times this year we've seen all three of them string up in the passage of play. Goes to James Tripodi, Premiership captain previously. He goes to Norden. So patient build up from Hahndorf, just trying to get this. Oh, it was free kick.
Reversal. We'll take a look on the Dartfish replay, but meanwhile it's Grouch.
And that's not the best kick, is it? No, it's gone out of bounds. Don't know if you picked that one up, Coops.
No, I didn't see that free kick, mate.
Dartfish replay coming your way.
Have a look at this one.
Kick went into Trenorden. I think the free kick occurred. It's
blocking
shepherding.
out.
Yep, couldn't restricted his run to the contest. So umpire right there.
Koshel tried to get it on Tripodi, kicked it into the man on the mark, or his head. Here's a chance. I think it was Kleeman. Snapped round the corner. Holding, free kick.
Salt.
Been
one of Hahndorf's best.
Kicked 3 goals. As I said earlier, Lockie Murphy off the ground. I think he's got concussion, so I won't see him today and for a few weeks. So Tripodi, half-back flank.
They've emptied out the forward 50 now. It's a one-on-one contest back there. Clamps push back and he's taken Brooks with him.
We'll go through the sponsors shortly as well as we head towards half-time. Drummond tried to get it there, but in the meantime, Geordie Aitchison, who actually played junior football for Bridgewater, I think he won a junior medal. He gets it on. Sensational rounding football by Fidge. Goes for goal. That's the player today, Coops.
Oh, that's a great finish. Picked up cleanly and outside 50, he's launched it and it's gone through the big sticks.
So that's his 4th.
Another goal from clearance as well. It wasn't really a stoppage, but it was on the cusp of 50 in the blink of an eye. How was that kick on the outer side? Didn't have to break stride. Fidge thought, his Christmases has come at once.
Just a kick like that, Coops. It just opens up the game, doesn't it?
Delicious footy.
Go again?
Yeah, sorry, mate. He was a beautiful finish. And like I said, the pass from half-back, hit him on the chest, didn't have to break stride, and like I said, it was a great finish.
Matt Cooper special comments. Hahndorf 6-6. Roos have responded here, 9-3, and they lead.
Taken high.
15. Oh, hello. Callens is down. That's a big body blow.
He's done a shoulder.
I'll keep his eye on that one. He's all right. Don't want the key player in the comp going down. Of course, male medalist a few years ago, best player in the country champs. I think it's nothing really serious, which is good.
Looks to be running it off now, Goldie, which is a good sign.
Roos already down a player.
He's going to approach this contest now, so good news for the Roos.
25 minutes gone. Roos 9-3, Hahndorf 6-6. Sponsors for Hahndorf: Harcourts Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solutions, and Hagen Menzel Contractors. And for Mount Barker, as we'll just go shortly
coming up. We'll get back to those Mount Barker Club sponsors momentarily. Lovely. Hands to it, Clamp. He couldn't quite reel it in. He's complaining about some contact. Doesn't look to be his day. Ball spilt, dragged back in, but it's going to come back out. He might rewire here, Clamp. The kick has gone closer to us than it has the full
forward. You made some observation there?
Look, there was obviously they're dropping numbers back, and Clamp can't get a clear run at it, so there's always someone in front of him. They really need to work on. Yeah, definitely a bit of frustrating, but it needs to work on that. That free player of Hahndorf needs to obviously bottom him out, but and Drummond there missing the mark there of his kick.
Oh, big pack.
So those Mount Barker Club sponsors will come back to you again as they look to push forward now. And a lovely mark taken. This could be a real dagger blow right on half-time. Puts it up with the win. Lets it do the work. Running back with it. Hines was in 2 minds.
I think it was Henry Kleinig there with the shot.
Come all the way across the face. Won't be a score. And Hahndorf, 26.5 gone. Can they go coast to coast? Make them pay? The answer is no. Here's Callens, picked himself up, taking the marks. Those Mount Barker Club sponsors.
We'll go
Benson
again.
Radiology, Celebrations Mount Barker, Hanson Australia, Henley Homes, McDonald's, Mount Barker, Crane Hire, Terry White, Kenmart, Mount Barker and Adelaide Hills Real Estate. 26.5 gone on the Call of the Wild stream. We're here thanks to Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish.
It's a good game of football, Coops.
Yeah, great game. Like I said, it's really tight, physical, some really nice skill work, and like you said, Mount Barker have really brought their game today.
Luke Giles, lion-hearted ruck performance so far in his first A-grade job for the season. Hopgood really tight on the boundary line. The skipper kicks it up the wing. Bennett takes the mark, and they were on there. They had a player on the half-forward line, and that is half-time. And Mount Barker, very good first half by them. They lead 9-3 to Hahndorf's 6-6. Out of the blocks with the Magpies, Clamp, Prenzler, and Salt kicked the first 3 goals of the match, and then the Roos hit back in quarter time. Fidge had kicked 3 goals, Houlihan kicked a goal, Salt kicked another one. So it's game on at quarter time, Hahndorf just holding on, and then that term, controlled majority of it like Mount Barker, and Paddy Titterman kicked a goal, Koshel, Houlihan kicked a couple, and Fidge has kicked 4 to half time. Carotine, Salt goal kickers for Hahndorf. Coops, as I said, Hahndorf haven't lost here since 2016, under the pump at the moment.
Yeah, no, certainly are. Like I said earlier, Mount Barker have really brought their game on this special occasion here at Hahndorf Oval, being Anzac Day. And like I said, Hahndorf will go in now, regroup, and see what Goldie can come up with. I don't think he'd be too happy with some of the contest and ball movement. But like I said, Mount's midfield have really sort of taken control of this that second quarter, and they've made some scoring shots, and that's why they're up.
And of course, Coops will be heading off probably during the third quarter because they've got the senior women after this. Mount Barker Hahndorf, you're involved with the Hahndorf senior women. Just tell us about the competition this season and how the girls are going.
Yeah, no, so they're going good. So yeah, the girls are playing tonight after the A grade. I'm just there to help out some of the midfielders. Nigel Grivell, the A grade coach, asked if I can give him a hand, and obviously we've got Scotty Perling there, another grade of Hahndorf who's involved, which his wife plays, Amy, and my wife plays as well. So it's good that us husbands and past players are giving back. But no, the girls had a good win last week against Mackie. And yeah, hopefully they continue it tonight.
All right, we'll go back to Tommy here just a couple of minutes, and then we've got a special guest who'll join us at half-time about some of today and the significance of it. So back to Tommy, thank you.
This is the Hills Footy League Match of the Day.
Hi, this is Sean Tate, and you're always up to speed with local football here.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here.
Hi, this is World Cycling Champion Annette Edmondson, and the coverage of Hills football is always gold here.
Hi, this is Adelaide Crows AFLW draftee Zoe Prowse, and you're listening to my top pick when it comes to the Adelaide Hills community football coverage.
Hi, my name's Kevin Sheedy, and you are listening to the best coverage of Adelaide Hills football and fun in general. Cheers.
Hi, this is Daniel Lackenby, coach of Mount Barker Football Club.
Hi, this is Sean Tate, and you're always up to speed with local football here.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here.
Hi, this is World Cycling Champion Annette Edmondson, and the
German Arms Oval on Anzac Day. It's a privilege to broadcast and a privilege to have a game of football on this day, as it is for anyone of us in Australia and New Zealand to be here as well, thanks to the sacrifices of our military, I guess, all those years ago during the First and Major World War. At half-time, it is a narrow margin going the way of Mount Barker by 16 points after a dominant second quarter, as we've got a fist pump in the box because we welcome the Mount Barker RSL Secretary Rebecca Douglas in to the Call of the Wild. Rebecca, gee, it must be a busy day for you, and I'm sure you're looking forward to a good night's sleep, but you must be privileged to have your role on a day like this.
It's a great honour to be the secretary. My family history, great-grandpa was World War I, left Mount Barker for the Western Front. He was a stretcher bearer and won the military medal. Grandpa left Mount Barker for World War II, Kokoda, and Dad was a Vietnam veteran national serviceman.
So all your experience and that family sacrifice is obviously very close to your heart, and as the secretary and the representative here on this day, and of course this morning at the Mount Barker Dawn service, you would have heard a lot of stories over the time, different people with family experiences, not family experiences, but I think, as you mentioned there, we often think of the soldiers, but a lot of different roles in our Army, Navy, Air Force, across the generations. That is, it's not just the soldiers that we remember, it's everyone that's either given their lives or has represented our country, or of course New Zealand on this special day.
That's right. Yep.
And this morning, as I was discussing, you were at the Mount Barker Dawn service. How was that?
Awesome. As someone who organised it, it went off pretty well. There were no hitches this year, thank goodness. But yeah, it was a great morning. The rain stayed away, which was even better.
And today, can you just tell us a little bit about the two medals that'll be on offer, starting with the men?
Yep. So the guys at the moment are thrashing it out for the Private Thomas Johannes de Vries van Leeuwen, or the Tommy Medal, as it's been called. Tommy was born in Arnhem in the Netherlands on the 17th of January 1946. He and his family immigrated to South Australia in 1955. Tommy attended Mount Barker High School, and on leaving school he worked in the Jacobs Small Goods Factory, which is where the Homemaker Centre is now.
Yep.
Brain fade.
That's right.
And then was called up for National Service on the 2nd of January 1967. Tommy was posted to the 2nd Recruit Training Battalion Puckapunyal, Victoria, and then on to 3rd Training Battalion Singleton in New South Wales. He was then posted to the 3rd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment, 3RA, and was allocated to 3 Platoon A Company. He left Australia on the 16th of December 1967 and arrived in South Vietnam on the 27th of December 1967. In February 1968, during the Tet Offensive, 3RA was deployed on Operation Coburg to protect the eastern approaches to the major US logistics base of Long Binh in Ben Ho Province.
And shortly after midnight on the 18th of February, the defence position Tommy was in came under attack, and Tommy was killed by a piece of shrapnel. So our only man from Mount Barker to be killed in Vietnam, but he played for Mount Barker Football Club, and from what I have known or have been told, he was quite a good player. So yeah.
So fantastic. So that medal's up for grabs for the, not necessarily the best player today, but yeah, the traits and characteristics of today. So that'll be a great medal to hang on the wall.
That's
at home.
right, absolutely.
So, and the women match, which Coops is involved with, they'll have a medal as well, which will be after
So they're
this one.
playing for the Lucy Compson-Dorr medal. Lucy was a Mount Barker girl who served in World War I as a nurse. She goes everywhere, sort of, Gallipoli, Egypt, the Western Front, and then on to England. When she finally comes home, she has about a week off and then goes back to work at the Royal Adelaide, as you do. And she does all these things in her life, including becomes an executive member of the newly formed National Council for Women. And in 1939, she is awarded an MBE. So not bad for a girl from little old Mount Barker.
Fantastic.
So many stories, isn't there, of just individuals that you just wouldn't expect, wouldn't hear about. You'd probably, at that time, you might see her in the street, but you'd have no idea of that background. And we hear so many of those stories across the nation today. It's just great to just remember, even if it is just for that one day.
That's right. That's why these sorts of games are so important, because it does bring out those stories that may have been forgotten. And yeah, it's great to see young blokes, and young women, I should say, vying for medals that mean a lot.
For sure.
So,
well, what's your prediction as we move into the second half? A good start by Mount Barker.
Look, I'm Mount Barker born and bred, so
where the Carl's not on the sleeve.
They'll continue on, you reckon?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, they're up now, but
it's a good start anyway.
it is.
Yeah.
It's better than some of the years that I've
Yes.
watched. So hopefully the second half will be just as good.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Rebecca, and have a fantastic rest of the day as well, and a good night's sleep.
Oh, it'll be
well
nice.
deserved. Well
Yes.
deserved.
I can't wait to not have to turn the alarm off tomorrow. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you very much. Rebecca
Thank
Douglas
you for all you
there,
do.
the Mount Barker RSL Secretary, and fantastic stuff. So, big game coming up as well after this with the senior women. So get along to Pine Avenue, watch that one. Coops is involved, and he joins us now for the third term before he has to head off. So
Highlights rolling through on the Filming Footy Call of the Wild stream, and a dominant second quarter for Mount Barker as we've got Coops back in the box for the first half of this third term. Jack Moore and Ben Goldfinch, of course, the voice of Hills Footy.
The mic here. No, I'm not the voice at all.
Sorry if you're listening, Pistols. Pistols and Goldie, the co-voices of Hills Footy.
No. Jeffrey will be back with Jaden, of course, on Saturday for Meadows versus Macclesfield, which should be another cracking Anzac round contest. I'm just having a look out here at the moment. Coops, your two lads out there, the Pearlings, the next generation of Hahndorf youngsters having a kick and catch.
Yes, they certainly are. You got little Bobby Johnson down there as well. So, good to see all these boys coming out, having a kick, and they're all waving here now. And young Ashton down there as well. But yeah, it reminds me back in our days when we used to be out in the ground and kicking in at half-time in the A grade. It's good to see these boys out here.
All right, back to the A grade, because this is obviously with the action that they'll be aiming to play in a few years' time. What are your thoughts at half-time? A rare position for Hahndorf to be in, trailing at home. As I said, haven't lost here since 2016.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It would be, like I said, confronting for them, and obviously they would have to regroup. And Goldie, obviously, whether he would have gone the hard head coach and given them a bit of a spray and to rev up, or said, let's get back to the drawing board, be calm, and let's restart again. And it all starts in the midfield as this first bounce about to start. And I think, I think Mount Barker's midfield got over us in that second quarter.
Do you think a bake was on then? Knowing Golding, do you think it was?
I think it was, yeah. It would be. I think he doesn't like giving them, but I hear he does like giving when they are deserves, obviously. We've got Yenchi in there, obviously, in the middle now.
Malachi Lyons, a great man, tuned in. Geordie Aitchison, the best kick in the comp. That was crazy. That beautiful kick,
Wasn't
Coops,
that
that we
beautiful?
said.
In
Yeah,
stride.
he, like I said, he didn't have the miss a beat, and the finish as well was fantastic.
You said-
On cue, here he is.
You said Coops, they pushed Jensen to the middle. He just was a little bit too aggressive. So signs he might have been
How's
ramped
that?
up at half-time. Gave away a free. Aitchison got it on the chest of Houlihan. This would be an ideal start.
Houlihan pops the mouth guard out, but that a different kick to the one that he set the player running forward on the second term. That was more of a well-weighted pass into the forward there.
It was, and then you see Houlihan had a, no one sort of stop him back from Hahndorf to block his run at it. Had just a clear run through at the ball, and it took it with two hands easily.
Eyes are slightly darting here to the left, but I think he's going to go goals.
Out of bounds on the fall from this exact spot in the second quarter. He's made the adjustments,
Just hit the post, shade the inside of the post.
but not enough. So 3 goals he stays at for this afternoon. Gee, what a difference that would have made.
Well, then they're really starting to get to another level. If they can increase that lead to 4 goals.
If they weren't shook up at half-time by Matt Golding, that first minute or two would have definitely shaken them up. The Magpies, here's the edge.
Nice kick from Hayden.
So no Joel Leake today in the defensive line. So a good look at this Magpies defensive area. How do they hold up? Of course, young Pavlik not playing as well. He's down at Sturt. So
Free kick.
Barker on the run here.
Free kick there. The umpire just judged it wasn't within 5 metres when the push came, so that was the free kick.
No Lockie Murphy. A bit of concussion, looked like in that second term. He's a ball magnet. Meantime, that's a bit of a poor turnover. And Prenzler, we know what Hahndorf can do on the counter-attack. Trenorton in space. 2-on-1. It's gone out of bounds in the sunshine. Mainly all the oval, though, in shade. Might have to have the lights in the final quarter.
Would be a big shock, wouldn't it, lads? Because the advertiser, of course, does their pre-season preview, and Hahndorf are predictably predicted to finish top, but Mount Barker 6th, so would be quite the turn-up.
So half-forward line for the Roos. Geordie Aitchison flicks it on. Here's big Jolesy. Jolesy unloads the left foot barrel to the wing, and that's come off. So here's Damien Hines. Hines kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Geordie Houlihan versus Scholl. Who will win out here? Well, Houlihan has wrapped up the tackle this time, and that's not holding the ball.
You've
there
got
by
to say,
umpire Dawes.
well done by Scholl. We saw him in the second quarter lose his feet a couple of times. That occasion kept his feet and won the stoppage, and if he didn't, Houlihan was away.
Yeah, no, he was. He wrapped him up and kept his feet, like you said, mate. And yeah, another turnover here by Hahndorf. And now Barker go through the middle.
Aitchison. Oh, you're right. Kick inside 50. 1-on-3. Free kick Mount Barker. Out of that. They had the numbers there, Hahndorf. Let's have a
We'll
look
get
at
the
that.
Darfish replay. Holding in the contest, the umpire signalled and didn't need to do it, Goldie. You called it perfectly. They had a 3-on-1.
Let's have a look at this. Geordie Aitchison, once again, that kick inside 50.
What the best teams do in all leagues, isn't it? It's bite off that 45 lateral. They change lanes, as they say now, and
maybe
holding each other. I thought from my angle, the umpire had a better one. He's
Well,
paid the free kick.
Fidge going for his 5th.
What a day for Blakey Fidge. Only plays footy for Roos, played for Manham.
A couple of early
Just that one
shots
to the
here
right.
for the Roos.
Push it across the face.
Couple of early shots here, Coops, in the third. They could have really rammed this one home.
They
a little
definitely
bit
could
more.
have. Mounts have had most of the play, and yeah, like I said, they're hungry again. They've come out of the blocks of this third quarter, and yeah, Hahndorf have made a few changes with Yenchi in the middle, but yeah, hopefully they start turning things around.
Couldn't ask for more experience in the coach's box. Matty Golding, he's got a long list of player and coach experience. Long clearing kick out of fullback came from Williams, but it's caught up on the outer side. Umpire said you dived on it. Play on, advantage. Taken by the Magpies. They need a first
push out
goal, but it won't come now. Oh, Adam Trenorton,
he was off there.
Throws the head back. He was going to send that one into the paddocks.
Stokes takes the mark.
Long sleeves, couple of them in the long sleeves this afternoon as it gets a little bit chilly here at German Arms.
Co-captain last year with Bennett. Bit of a change-up this year in that department. Hayden probably should have taken that mark. And he's given away a free kick here. A little bit of frustration. Roos.
Here they go, changing lanes again, Goldie.
Stokes. Meantime, Callens goes forward. Oh, bit of frustration there. Houlihan was on.
The initial kick inside Coops was good, wasn't it? They're changing lanes really well, picking off that 45 effort just to get a different look going inside 50. But The inside 50 kick just let them down there.
Yeah, they are finding the space inside 50, but then Hopgood there, Dylan Hopgood, filling that spot, mate, and cutting it off. Hahndorf go forward here.
Geordie Aitchison with the left-handed handbar didn't quite come off there. Turnover, Clamp. Oh, downfield free kick against Jamie Grouch.
Take a look on the Dartfish replay and see, but I think you've called it absolutely perfectly, Goldie. It might come back. The umpire might have judged he was taken as he kicked.
Well, it wasn't the best kick by
We'll
Clamp.
see. Well, he looked up, didn't he? He saw nobody inside 50. I think quite smart, wasn't it, Coops? He put it to that pocket knowing that there was nobody inside 50, maybe hoping for a boundary throw.
Well, it would have been last touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Last
But
possession,
I
at
think
least
it was
to pin
just
them
the
in that
grass.
pocket.
Maybe a small forward could chase onto it, having a little Trawdon up there. But like I said, he's got the free kick now. And look, if he can kick this, they hopefully Hahndorf and get another one after this and make a bit of a comeback.
A man of his quality, you'd expect him to slot this. 6 goals last week, Clem.
He's been a bit quiet.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, been a bit quiet today. Like I said, they've been double teaming him and not giving that freeway.
Yeah.
He got the first goal of the game and you thought, oh, this could be anything. But since then, he's been frustrated, throwing the arms out, still attacking the footy.
I think he's getting some advice on the left there. It's just his eyes darted quickly to the left. So
he might just spin around and give them a little bit of advice of their own. This one sails through, but it's just hanging a bit to the left. Riley Clamp, not his day. Is his moment coming? We'll find out. Hahndorf, 6:42.
6-7.
6-7 now as that scoreboard ticks along on the Filming Footy Call of the Wild and Hills Footy League Facebook page. And, well, it's an intercept mark for Hahndorf. They're going to have another shot at goal.
Xander kicks the ball inside 50. Oh. And a good mark there by Prenzler. And he's been important down there, Coops.
Yeah, no, he definitely has. He's just popped up and, like I said, unmanned then, and he read the kick coming in a lot better than the others. And this is about a 30-metre kick, and he really should slot this one as a small forward specialist. Hopefully he can put it through the big sticks.
We'll get to the sponsors shortly for Hahndorf and then Mount Barker. So Prenzler to bring it back to 10 points the margin. Crowd will tell the story. He's missed that. So both sides have had their chances early in this third. Hahndorf sponsors Harcourts Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solution and Hagen Menzel Contractors. Of course, we'll get to all the sponsors shortly as the Roos look to clear the ball out here to the outer side wing. Jack, Troy Parker Balls went up, so did Cochelle. He's shown some signs.
Had his head in the clouds, just came down with a bit of snow on it, but didn't come down with the footy.
15 points the margin
for the Roos. Next goal in this game.
Crucial.
The sense is absolutely, superly, make up a word, important is what I was trying to say. Clearance from Hopgood. Game goes on and we'll go on with it. It's at ground level, it should be. Oh, he threw it out between his legs. Bit of tunnel ball action. Umpire probably in the wrong spot to spot it, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll throw it up. 30 around, directly in front. Dangerous position for the Roos. Can they defend their territory? Ball's on the ground. Did he dive on it? He's got to get it out now. It's a bit of a rugby scrum in there. He's going towards that try line. 15-point margin.
Hills umpires, as you can see, nice in the green there. We've got Cherry, Glen Osmond, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Mortgage Choice, Sterling Hotel, Sports Power and Apele. As the Roos look to move the ball out of defence here through Callens. Kicks it towards, that's in.
Ooh,
and
just
that's a well-weighted kick,
line.
actually. But
it's going to come back with the last possession.
Troy Parker Balls with the ball.
So Hahndorf desperately need the first goal of this quarter. If they get it, it's back to a single-digit game, but that's not going to do it.
Callens holding his ground.
Callens, who was injured a bit in that second quarter, he looks right as rain now in this third. So we've played 9.5 gone. Barkaroo still have that 15-point guard. Gee, reading it nicely off the boot. Parker Balls, he plays on. Got a 2-on-2 in front. He's kicked it back to the player that kicked it to him. It's a little bit of Oz kick out there. But that one's going towards where the kid's situated on that outer side. And this is another chance to go inside 50. It's Parker Balls with his third touch in the space of 30 seconds.
So Troy Parker Balls, 10 minutes gone. In the third, Hahndorf trail by 15 points. Kick forward, Fidge has kicked 4. Nice work from the Roos defence. Linking up well here. Here's Fidge on cue. Down the other end of the ground in defence. Oh, chopped out there to Tripodi. Jacob Leake attacking the ball. Hahndorf desperately need a response here. Hopgood holding the ball though. Good tackle.
They've done well to keep that extra number out the defensive side today, Coops, the Roos.
Yeah, they definitely have, mate. If you look at the jumpers down, it's just like it's all Barkaroos. And like I said, they are moving the ball well at the back half.
That was Mason Ryan Babasi with the tackle there on the half-back
well,
flank.
didn't he?
Koshel got it out. High tackle, free kick, advantage paid.
Gets a few fans out of their seats in front of us on the wing. They are expecting a Hahndorf revival in this second half, but goalless. 11 minutes gone. Wouldn't have picked that coming out of half time as Matty Golding and Daniel Lackenby have revved up their troops, but both have had a couple of opportunities, as you called.
Yeah, I'll just quickly go through the Roo sponsors.
Yep.
Benson Radiology, Celebrations Mount Barker, Hanson Australia, Henley Homes, McDonald's Mount Barker Crane Hire, Terry White Chemmart Mount Barker, and Adelaide Hills Real Estate. So good stuff there, Mount Barker sponsors.
Well supported. Club that represents the region up there, the Roos. Waiting at the foot of it, Aitchison. He gets it back to Captain Callens in the leadership group this year, but not captaining the side this afternoon. Taken down, strong tackle. Grouch was first to it. He wins himself a free kick. Head over the footy, you'll be protected.
It's on their terms, isn't it, Coops, at the moment?
Yeah, no, it is, mate. That last bit of passion to play when Lockie Huxtable, that centre forward, competing for that ball against 3 Mount Barker tools. So interesting.
Kleininger was takes the advantage, just getting a little bit excited as 2-on-1 Hahndorf came. Coops, sorry about that.
Yeah. What'd you pick up again?
Yeah, obviously young Huxtable playing that centre forward, and I think he had about 3 Mount Barker players standing him when that ball came in, and it's interesting where the other Hahndorf players are positioning.
Boundary throw in. Here's a chance. Blind turn, U-turn, snap round the corner. How's it bounce? Well, it's fumbled through there by Hayden.
Went left and went right. Came back in right place, right time. 16-point gap on the filming footy scoreboard. Hills of the Wild, Anzac Day. Coverage from German Arms Oval, Hahndorf and Mount Barker. Mount Barker have the ascendance. They lead by 16.
Lights are on.
We're still searching for the first goal of this half. Can you believe it, Goldie? Played 12 and a half, third quarter.
The Roos have done well to stop Hahndorf, at least getting any forward momentum, really.
And they definitely have, especially Hahndorf kicking down the hill with that slight breeze. But yeah, at the moment it's end-to-end and kick for kick.
Wind has picked up slightly in the past 5 or 10 minutes. As you're right, the lights are coming into full effect. The women's game will be a highlight after this as well. If you're in the area, come on down, support the women of both these teams in this Anzac Day traditional fixture. Holding at the back of contests, Hahndorf free.
As I said, Hahndorf haven't lost to Mount Barker in Anzac Day since 2018. Haven't lost at home since 2016 against Uradler.
Undefeated last year, of course.
Yeah,
except for that grand final.
Yep. So kick forward, assaults the target, and that's off hands. It's the calm before the storm, you feel, either side. Mount Barker at the moment just holding the edge here by 15 points. But we know Hahndorf can turn it on quickly, Coops.
Yeah, they certainly can, and like I said, they just need that drive from the midfield. Get in there quick to the forwards and give them the best opportunity. They saw Salt standing here, one-on-one contest, and really he should have taken that grab.
Koshel fumbles that one against Hayden. Out of bounds. Out of side wing. Mount Barker 9-6. Hahndorf 6-9. 15 points the margin. 14 and a half minutes gone in the third term, Jack.
Hahndorf, they're fast out of the blocks, and they were today, but Mount Barker have really got the game back on their terms, as you've called a few times today, Goldie. It's tied up on this commentary side. We're ticking towards the halfway point of this third quarter. Goalless, 9-6, 6-9. Reverse it, we'd have a draw. But as it is, Mount Barker up by 15. Winning it off contest again, and smartly done, spoiled. At the foot of it, umpires circling. Crowder holding the ball, but he got the ball out in the nick of time. Hahndorf last week, 6-1 in that first quarter and just broke Nan early, but they kept Mount Barker not quite at arm's length in that first quarter. They couldn't quite put that 3 or 4 goal gap on them, and the Roos have come bounding back through the door. Well, the umpire paid advantage here. No, it's going to come back to a Hahndorf free kick. So
I think Trotterman got legged. Then, I think.
Great call, Coops, and great pickup. But you do sense that both these teams are capable of just bursting out of the blocks. It's taken a while over the back goal.
Touched on the line. We haven't got a side camera, but that would have been absolutely neck and neck.
Looked like it was going all the way. Wouldn't that have given them some ascendancy in the back half of this third quarter? So 6-10-46, Barker 9-6-60. Coops, you feel that both these teams are capable of just blowing this game out of the water?
Oh, I definitely think so. So I reckon next goal is so important. Herbert gets it. I reckon they're going to really push forward. So
Hahndorf are
at the moment, Hahndorf
yeah.
have got control at centre half forward. And Jenshi's got it here at non-half forward.
Of course, you played with his old man as well, BJ.
Yes, played a few seasons with BJ. Yeah, he's kicked many goals at full forward.
BJ would have liked that forward line marked by Clamp. Let's have a look at the replay there.
Lived up to his name on the second attempt, didn't he? Had one hand to it. You saw it, Coops, at half-time, the first centre bounce where Jensch was pushed into that midfield using those clean foot skills out of the centre of the ground to find Clamp.
Yep, no, that was a well-weighted kick, and it gave, like I said, in the past lead-ups, Clamp's had about 3 to contest with, and he's only had 1 then. So a nice little mark, and yeah, like I said, this is a very hard pocket to kick a goal from. So it'll be interesting to see how he guides this one through.
Is it the hardest at Hahndorf, this pocket?
Yes, that's where there used to be the old scoreboard, and my old coach Richard Hills used to say, never kick to that pocket, and here we go. Obviously,
like the Tony Hall pocket.
Yeah, that's right. No, great finish.
Clamp, class above. To get it done from there, Coops, as you said, he wouldn't have seen much daylight between the 2 goalposts.
That is brilliant.
That was a beautiful kick, and like I said, he would have been hungry to get this one, and he's been, like I said, well held today, and get his opportunity, and he's finished off nicely.
That's his second.
That's big. That's now the next one's big. This next stoppage is important here, Coops.
Yep, sure is, and they've got big Huxtable in there, and I think they've got all the we've got all the number 1 mids in there, and if they can get one out of here, we'll see if they can get another on the scoreboard.
So back in the middle, Huxtable versus Giles in ruck. Crucial. Huxtable did good work there by the young ruck. Goes to Joel Parker-Bors. A bit of shimmy work. Kicks inside 50. Clamp 1-on-1. That's what Hahndorf would want. But the Roos at ground level, clearing the ball. Middle of the ground. This is game on now for Mount Barker. This will be a true test of see where they're at early in the season. They're down a player with Lockie Huxtable through Lockie Murphy. That's a beautiful bit of run there by Paddy Tideman. Tideman kicks inside towards the half forward line. Tripodi, ball flicks out. Game's gone to another level here, you reckon, Coops? It just feels like it.
Yeah, it certainly does. Mount aren't giving up at all. Like I said, Hahndorf got that last goal, and they're still hanging around. A beautiful crumbing by their back pocketers of Mount Barker, and I think Hahndorf forwards, small forwards, need a bit more work in there.
Kick forward by the Roos at the back. This is where Hahndorf's defence will be tested. Troy Parker-Bors, kick into the middle of the ground. Huge ball, Trenorden. Wheels on the right, hand pass to Joel Parker-Bors. Nice kick out to Mail. You'd almost put this one down. This is tried and tested for Jaron Mail. And I put the Moz on him.
Oh, Benny Solt as well. I'm not sure if you saw it, Coops.
Yeah.
Solt ran about 40 metres in space, arms out, and Mail just put the blinkers on.
That's just his bread and better.
Typical of a left footer.
Bread and better.
Bread and better indeed.
Bread and butter. Let's get it out.
Spread that better on that, Brad. Delicious.
7-point margin. Game on.
I was thinking, Coops, there'd be some of these Hahndorf players who have never lost on this ground.
No,
yeah,
that's
no,
right.
that's 100% right.
Most of them, probably.
Yeah, and different turns from now. The pressure's right on them, and I guess it's good for these young lads to really find a way. And like I said, feeling the pinch from last year's loss, and this is also going to make them a better club and a better team.
Spot on. These are the games, if you can pull yourself out of the hole and win, just sets up the season magnificently.
Do you happen to have the score from Hahndorf Mount Barker at this ground last year? Because I don't even think Mount Barker got a goal.
We'll pull that one up for you shortly, thanks to the
shows
stats.
You the improvement of the Roos so far this season. Callens takes the mark in the defensive 50. What a player.
Yeah, no, he's really... he's really turning on today, reading that back play as a mid, and it's filling those holes.
Matt Cooper joining us for special comments in the opening 3 quarters. Of course, Premiership player, SANFL, with Woodville, West Torrens and Sturt, and Hahndorf, Premiership player and male medalist. So great to have Coops involved on Anzac Day. He's played in a few at SNFL level and Hills Football League level at Tripodi.
Here we go.
Showtime.
There it is.
How's about that?
Yeah, great finish by James. Obviously, I'm off the half back, I think.
Have a look at the replay.
He's running back to his position now to let his opposition player know.
Talk us
Snuck
through
up
this
there
one.
to kick a goal.
Darfish replay.
Ball went forward.
You were just saying last year in this fixture at this ground, Hahndorf 122, Mount Barker 9, but specifically in that game, they were only up by 5 goals at half-time, and they blew them away with a 9-goal third quarter. So
and Mount Barker didn't kick a goal.
They didn't kick a goal, but obviously a much improved Roos side in 2024, but it just goes to show you've got to play 4 quarters, and Hahndorf, Premiership quarter specialist, as they say.
Zamian Parker balls into the ruck. Here's Giles, got it from Aitchison. Ryan Babasi kicks the ball forward. Oh, high flying mark. Troy Parker balls. He's starting to take it to another level.
He has. He's had a couple of bursts through half back and taking the game on. They're getting a bit, like I said, Hahndorf half back, getting some control and setting up forward as we go forward here. And it's young.
Yep, Karatai.
Young Karatai.
Running on top of the ground.
They
All
are.
of a sudden, the Magpies, they're stringing it together with absolute ease.
They've gone to
Sign
another
of a
level.
strong team.
22-minute mark.
A few coaching changes too. Goldie and Coops have worked a treat. You mentioned Yench in the middle and Parker Burrs into the ruck. We haven't seen Luke Giles really have any impact in this third quarter.
Here's a chance. Here's that man, Xavier Parker Bors. Has a shot at goal. Oh, someone careering to the post there. Is that Yench as well up forward?
Ties the scores up. We've got an Anzac Day special.
We do. Scores level.
Where else would you rather be?
German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. 22 minutes gone.
They've come back from a 16-point halftime deficit. The Magpies, Mount Barker goalless in this third quarter.
Kick out of the fence.
There is Koshel. Coming up the ground, couldn't hold it.
Finals like pressure now.
Crowd have come back into it slightly, getting a little bit more fired up. The Mount Barker side of things, a little bit quieter. What can they do again? Can they take the lead heading to three-quarter time?
Oh.
Just missed the possession and missed his boot. Got it on the knee. Still a bit of holding as the ball came back to him. A bit of a comedy capers there on the outer side, but we'll have a ball up. 22 and a half gone. Scores level on the Call of the Wild Adelaide Hills Football League Facebook page. Jack Moore alongside Ben Goldfinch. And special comments with Coops as well as that relieving mark across half back taken by Jackie Kleeman. They're going to look to push it and push it well because why not? They're on top of the ground in this third quarter. Mount Barker have had no response, no reply.
Yench,
well trapped. Oh, he handed it off. The pressure was good. Salt follows up with a strong tackle. We close the jaws of life there, and it's in a very dangerous spot. 20 around, slide angle, Coops. Hahndorf are coming.
Yeah, they are. Just saw the midfielder of Mount Barker, of Samuel Callister. He's in that hole straight away to try and block that run of the forwards of Hahndorf.
So it's inside the 30-metre arc here. Hahndorf pressing, scores level, 8-12 to 9-6. An Anzac Day classic on Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page. Yench has gone forward. He's trying to get on the scoreboard here. Mail shrugged out of it there by Brooks.
Just scrimmaging it towards the goal line. Rugby style. 23 and a half. Couldn't be more than 2 or 3 minutes left in this quarter. Only 2 goals in this term. Both going the way of the Magpies.
So just the ball spills out there. Trenorton goes to ground and earns a free kick.
Houlihan's been great, but he just wanted to trap the ball in and just have a repeat stoppage to wind the clock down and just lost his feet and went straight over the top in these yellow boots to put them in front for the first time since early in the first quarter.
Talk us through it, Coops.
Yeah, young Trelton, let's see, the vice captain, let's see he can slot this one through. A very important goal, I reckon, with the momentum, sort of falling Hahndorf's way. If he can kick this, they'll definitely have a lot more confidence and feel like they might be able to turn the game on their terms.
24 last week for Trenorton, all the experience, 135 games on Sturt's list and all the way through the grades there. Given the big pump up for nothing, but it has given the Magpies a 1 point advantage on that scoreboard. 8-13-61, Barker 9-6-60. Call of the Wild Anzac Day footy, thanks to Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish, and our HFL League partners, Worklocker Mount Barker, Sports Power, Think Road Safety, Sharon, the Courier Sports Centre and Closey's Supermarket. So locked in here, 25 gone. Goldie take us to three-quarter time. Can Hahndorf increase their lead? They're up by a point.
Good test here for the Roos, early season test. Lost to Loverthal last week and they bounced back against the Magpies, who they haven't beaten since 2018. We're all set up here at three-quarter time. Hahndorf, 8-13, leading the Roos by 1 point, 9 goals, 6. And Coops, it's game on.
No, it certainly is, mate. That quarter felt a little bit shorter, but yeah, look, obviously Hahndorf had most of that play, but didn't convert as much as they would like. Mount are still hanging around with their pressure, and it's going to be a very good last quarter. I mean, Hahndorf got a lot of work kicking up the hill, of course, with Mounts kicking down with a slight breeze. So, yeah, mate.
Game on at three-quarter time.
Game on. So, yeah, mate, thanks for having me on today.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, look, I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Matt Cooper, thanks for joining us. He's going to be involved with the women's match, which the girls are heading out at the moment. So, yeah, we'll get you involved again during the season. Go on your Coops, Matt Cooper. Thanks very much for joining us. And he set it up perfectly at three-quarter time, 1 point in the margin. We'll go back to Tommy and now in Footy Central.
This is the Hills Footy League. Match of the day.
Tate, and you're always up to speed with local football here.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here.
Hi, this is World Cycling Champion Annette Edmondson, and the coverage of Hills football is always gold here.
Hi, this is Adelaide Crows AFLW draftee Zoe Prowse, and you're listening to my top pick when it comes to the Adelaide Hills community football coverage.
Hi, my name's Kevin Cheney, and you are listening to the best coverage of Adelaide Hills football and fun in general. Cheers. Cheers.
Hi, this is Daniel Lackenby, coach of Mount Barker Football Club.
Three-quarter time here, German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. We have a classic coming up, classic final quarter. Hahndorf hitting back in that term, have got it back on their terms. It's three-quarter time, but only by 1 point. They're leading 8-13 to Mount Barker, 9 goals, 6. Roos had a couple of early chances in that third term to extend their lead, but Hahndorf goals to Clamp and Tripodi, helping them get the edge. As we can see, the Roos, Blake Fidge, he's up and about at the huddle, and good reason, because he's had a good game so far, Fidge. He has kicked 4 goals, had a chance in that final third term also to add to his tally. So Fidge is the leading goal kicker for the Roos with 4, and for Hahndorf, their leading goal kicker is Ben Salt with 3. Of course, the Roos sponsors Benson Radiology. We talk about that lot. And the voice of the Benson Radiology Oval is going to join us for the special comments in the final term. Celebrations Mount Barker, Hanson Australia, Henley Homes, McDonald's Mount Barker Crane Hire, Terry White, Cam Mart, Mount Barker at Adelaide Hills Real Estate, and Hahndorf sponsors Harcourts Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solutions, and Hagen Menzel Contractors. Timmy Glover joins us, of course, the man, the legend, the myth, you say it, Benson Radiology, the voice of Benson Radiology Oval in 2024. Tim Glover, we are set for a classic final term. Where would you rather be on Anzac Day?
Oh, mate, how good. Like, seriously, how good. It's coming a little bit cold, but the day's been great. The game has been fantastic, and this last quarter is going to be an absolute cracker.
All right, here we go. Final term, lights are on, 1 point the margin. Can the Roos continue on, or will Hahndorf maintain the little bit of momentum that they had going into the third term? Geordie Aitchison, his ball delivery, we're getting a few comments on the feed, Timmy. It's just elite, isn't it?
He has been very good today. He's worked himself beautifully into the game. He's probably been a little bit quiet, a little bit off in the first 2 rounds. I'm being a bit harsh, but he has been elite today.
And Giles in ruck just adds a little bit to dimension.
Mate, it's taken me back 10 years ago, but to be honest, it's as good as I've seen Giles play. He's made a big difference for the Roos today.
Line-hearted performance from the big man. That's holding a bill. So the Roos Jack will have the first movement here, and this man, Samuel Callens, would be right up there for the medal.
Oh, mate, he's all class. He has been for a long, long time. I don't think there's any argument with that. He's as good as they get. He'd be in the top 5, certainly in this league, and probably go fairly high in the state.
That's a dart, finds Salt. He's got a couple in the afternoon, make that 3. Kicks to where he'd rather be, but looks for somebody in a pretty good spot. Oh, he was hung on to. Was the umpire's going to pay a late free kick? Initially looked like he was going to wave play on, but the free was there. It'll be taken by Clamp. He's rising, and that's one player you want to, pardon my French here, keep clamped if you're the Mount Barker Roos in this fourth quarter, because he can take the game away quickly.
He can, but I think Brooks has played pretty well on him today. He's been strong.
He has.
Probably a little bit unfortunate there, but it is what it is, and he's lining up for a shot.
It's a great observation. We mentioned first quarter kick, the first goal of the game, but for most of that quarter, second quarter, he was well held, frustrated, and he just rose up in that third quarter to kick the first of that term after about 15 minutes and bring Hahndorf right back to level pegging with that Tripodi goal. First of the fourth, they're right behind it, never gave it a chance to Clamp.
Absolutely, he was lucky to sneak that one in from behind, come right off the side of the
But
ball.
he doubles their lead, so it goes from 1 to 2 points, and we're just played 2 minutes in this fourth quarter. But a brilliant performance from Mount Barker this afternoon. They were stunned a little bit in the first term. A few quick goals from Hahndorf, but they've responded beautifully. But a goalless third quarter, and Daniel Lackenby would have just revved up his troops at three-quarter time for a strong finish to hand Hahndorf their first loss on this ground in over 7 years.
Dave Murphy just running around the group here, just getting them going as Giles kicks the ball towards the half-forward line. That's one of the marks of the day. That was beautifully done there by Fidge.
And he's been good today for the Roos. He's really, really stepped up his game.
So Fidge, one of Timmy Glover's favourites, kicks the ball on a 2-on-2 situation. Sam Hayden takes the mark there. He's done a good job today against Cochelle.
A big recruit, you mentioned Fidge from Mannum. Was he a player that you kind of looked at from afar, or one that fell in your lap, or what was the deal with him? Because he's been really good, one of your best today.
Oh, I think for us, the stars aligned a little bit. Obviously, he spent a bit of time down at Sturt, and Lackerson spent a bit of time down there at Sturt, and we've obviously got a couple of other Roos connections down there. So I guess to some extent, yeah, we did. We looked at him, but he fell in our lap through some association. But he's been good. I think he's still got a bit of maturing to do, but certainly today he stepped his game up, and I thought that second quarter, at first he worked into it, but that second quarter he was elite. Some of his work around the stoppages was really good.
3 in the first and 1 in the second. Make that 4 goals on the day for Fidge. And Hahndorf are playing with a little bit of fire. Just throwing the hot coal around. It's going to come to a contest. It's well taken by Sammy Williams.
Wants to slow it down here.
No experience there. Williams just held his ground, took the mark cleanly.
They know the ground better than anyone, of course. Home ground here for Hahndorf. Early fourth quarter. He almost bit off a bit too much. And now it's going to come back over his head. Fidge, has he got his 5th of the day? It's going all the way to the line.
No, it's hit the post.
Just touched as Goldie brings the mood down a little bit. I got a little bit too excited, perhaps.
That's all right.
I was riding it with you.
1 point game.
Right behind it there.
This is an Anzac Day classic on filming footy and Call of the Wild. We've played 4 minutes in this fourth quarter.
So Williams, let's try this again, he says. Kicks the ball out towards the half-back flank. That's out in the full there, Timmy Glover.
Absolutely.
So the Roos have another chance to go forward here. Scotty Bowe just saying to Salt, stay there.
You've got to hand it to Mount Barker as well. Lesser clubs probably, when Hahndorf put the foot down second half, third quarter, would have maybe folded. They've come out though.
No,
they believe they can win here, Goldie.
Oh, he's picked the high.
Troy Barker Bulls just saying, what for?
The Dartfish replay screen.
Well, we'll get an answer here potentially.
But Mount Barker with some real belief.
Absolutely. Hines, I think, with the free kick.
Holding on, he's paid for, is he?
No,
a bit of a push
he
out
signalled over the shoulder.
Well, it is what it is, Timmy, and big man Damien Hines has got a shot. Talk us through it.
Well, you'd like to back on him here. He's a good kick. The angle's slight. It's not massive, but...
A goal machine too, Hines. His kick goals wherever he's gone.
Handy performance in the ruck last week.
Absolutely.
We'll talk him up, and he has missed that one. Scores level.
Well, it's a bit of a repeat of the Clamp one at the other end not that long ago. So 2 guys that you ordinarily would think would have slotted those goals from where they were, but neither of them have gone through. So
commentary curse from me. Apologies to the Mount Barker supporters. He is a goal machine though. 204 goals in 67 games for Riverton Saddleworth, and yeah, very important figure.
Geez, that's clumsy.
Yeah, he's played on here.
Looking for that changing lanes kick again. Find Williams. Williams has had it a couple of times and looked to slow it down last time with a kick that didn't gain
Not
any
sure if they
meterage.
can afford to slow it down though. Need to keep moving it forward.
6 gone. Still
That's
plenty of time. Salt's been one of their best. He's got 3 goals up on the wing. Again, that kick in the middle, sign of a great club. Both clubs have done that really well today. Change lanes back into the middle of the ground. It's given them plenty of forward thrust on both sides. This is Prenzler. Just caught in 2 minds. Selects to go for the run. He's going to take on his tackler and get a kick long, deep. 20 out from goal. Hands go up. Salt's pushed all the way back to the goal square. He can't get himself involved. Flurry of handballs, well smothered. Salt's still there, picks it up, along the ground!
No.
Oh, he had to go with the snap, didn't he, Goldie?
Just a bit of a dribbler there, Timmy.
It was a bit of a dribbler there, it was close.
Well done to the full backs. Didn't quite grasp who that was, but...
No, Salt there.
I think it was Jackson Field.
Yeah, Jackson Field.
Great goalkeeping.
So Field touches the ball on the ground, just says, I'm going to have a bit of a kick from a defensive 50 out towards the wing. Hines, 1-2. Here's the big man. Bit of space to move on that right boot and goes long, strong inside 50. Koshel playing from behind.
That was a strong defensive mark there.
And Hayden, who's had the edge today. As I said, he was leading player last week against the Chunga, playing in defence as well. So 1 point in the margin. Hahndorf leading, 8 minutes gone. We're on Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and Filming Footy YouTube. Hahndorf haven't lost here since 2016. That's almost a mark. Not paid. Oh, Troy Parker-Bors says, I'm going to take a bounce, and he's going to get done here for holding the ball, Timmy.
Oh, Jamie Grouch rise to the fore again. He's been good this afternoon. Back last week for running the 2s, got best on ground, and slotted straight back in the A grade. So he's had plenty going on. Had a bit of an interrupted pre-season, didn't play in the trial games.
Mark.
Oh, one hand too.
At the back of the bus.
Umpire says, yep, you deserve that.
Let's have a look at this.
Deserved he did. You mentioned Grouch. He's found himself at the bottom of packs a lot today. He's been on top of the ground, and that kick found his target.
Good mark
all the way to the back. Gee, just misread it, Williams. Will be a little bit disappointed with that.
Henry Kleinig.
For the first goal of this fourth quarter, new recruit Kleinig. Southern Saints, it's on his resume, but that's not going to even score. And a mark taken last line, Sammy Hayden. So both teams just peppering the goal face. Salt moments ago, and that one from Kleinig. 1 point gap, 8.5 gone. Don't go anywhere. This is an Anzac Day beauty on filming footy and Call of the Wild. Who's going to get the next inside 50? Oh, it's going to go the way of the Roos. Snap around the body from Auric, but it's going to fall short. Hahndorf have it. This is Hopgood.
Yep, he takes the mark on the outer side. 9 minutes gone.
A little bit quiet today as Hopgood, but plenty of time.
1 point the margin. Hahndorf leading. German Arms Oval in Hahndorf. Round 3 classic. Anzac Day. That's a good mark there by Huxtable.
Strong 101 inside 50. Clamp pushes back. Going to push out on the lead. But Brooks has done really well on him.
Huxtable kicks the ball inside 50. 40 metres out from goal. Clamp. Good spoil there by Brooks. Ground level to Otra Norton. Get it to Hopgood. That's high.
Oh, drag down. Rough. Dangerous.
One for the ages, boys.
Zook Zander Jr. gets it out to Salt. Here's a bit of razzle-dazzle time. just got a kick away. Drummond. Ball shovelled out. Roos with a chance through. Kleinek, who's got a few touches in this term. I like the work of Big Hines in this term. He's starting to impart himself.
He looks a bit more dangerous when he comes up that ground and works through that wing and centre section. Said that last week. He moved up there against Loberthal, and he looks dangerous. Good size, moves well for a big man.
Hahndorf by 2, 14 minutes gone. We'll keep you updated as our graphics get rebooted. Call of the Wild, Anzac Day footy. This,
who we got here,
is the game of the day. Oh, taken off
Prenzler.
the chest of Grouch. He put his hands out, didn't approach the footy.
It's a foot race here, boys.
You called it beautifully, Goldie. It was Prenzler who is the architect of this forward thrust. Dipsy Doodle. Scoreboard back on your screen now.
2 points.
49 out. Is he a bit too far out, Mail? He thinks he is. Contest, one hand to it.
Huxtable.
This would be a massive goal if they can get it off hands. Just get it out of the area.
Oh, Mail. Oh, Crouchy.
And that might be 25.
Bit clumsy.
And umpire says it will be.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clear the lines. Was it Karatai? It might have been.
Unfortunate there.
And taken after the mark was Mayo. And, well, the crowd have just been on the edge of their seats here at German Arms, looking for something to get their teeth into this afternoon. Hahndorf got away to a fast start. Mount Barker closed and led by 16 at half-time. This for an 8-point gap.
He's made no mistake with that one, boys. Straight through the hay diddle diddle.
Jaron Mayo coming up clutch. 3 last week on the board today. And when you need your big names to stand up, halfway through the fourth quarter, there's no better time.
All good, Tomia? Yep.
15 and a half gone.
Let's have a look at the replay there. He slotted that one, Timmy.
Replay.
He made no mistake of that one. 2-kick game now, boys. 8 points.
Big next goal here. Barker need it, you sense?
So back in the middle, Giles, he had a big line-hearted performance today in the ruck. Billy Stokes spills that one out. Contested ball, 8 points the margin. Plenty of time. Probably 14 minutes left, but what a great test here for the Roos, Tim, early in the season.
Oh, absolutely. I think round 3, I mean, this game's always, we talked about last night on the huddle, it's it kind of brings both teams back to each other, but yeah, I think both sides have been mighty today, and you know, and if you're genuinely a fan of football, you can't have found a better game.
Huxtable, just like a waiter, just brings it down the ground level to Joel Parker-Bors, to Tripodi. Hahndorf linking up nicely to Hopgood, Dylan Variety, Trenorden. Hamble over the top, hope of a pass to Mail. Jaron Mail, beautiful stuff. And finds Xander. So, big couple of plays here for the Magpies to open up a potential 14-point lead.
You called it, Goldie. Huxtable just getting on top, drawing level at worst with Giles, who started like a house on fire, just tiring in that ruck contest. And Hahndorf, the clearances are turning their way, and the game is turning their way here.
And Xander off 3 last week too, I think, from memory, boys.
Yes, he is.
Indeed. 200th for the club.
Brother playing in the reserves as he goes bang from 49 metres. Right to the line. Roos have got big numbers down there, and Roscoe Brooks at the back. Clem.
Oh, I think he's... Oh, no, that's gone through. I think he's got both brothers playing in the reserves, Goldie. Young Dougie, the youngest Xander, young Mitchell, I think was out there for the twos for Hahndorf today as well.
Timmy, what have they got to do here? Obviously move the ball quickly forward.
I think at the end of the day, mate, time is becoming more and more important here, and it really is about that quick ball movement. That's where we've looked dangerous all day. And it's where Hahndorf too have looked dangerous, but they're certainly moving the ball a lot more efficiently and a lot quicker than the Roos are at the moment. Having said that, an intercept mark there by Callens.
Only had the 1 goal in this quarter, so there's probably not going to be a long fourth.
Good presenting Houlihan.
He's found Houlihan well up the ground.
He'd have to have numbers out the back here because he drew 3 to that contest.
65 out. Hahndorf have pushed 2 spare numbers back, so it's going to be one. Oh, the umpire's paid 20. No, he's given it to a different player. It might have been a free kick prior to the mark.
Paddy.
This is Tideman.
Young Tideman.
Tideman. Excuse me. Pretty good goals to game ratio. You see some of your likes. Oh, that's a beautiful kick.
Remind you of yourself. That was beautiful, wasn't
Billy Stokes couldn't help but mark it.
How's about that? That's probably the pass of the day.
Dartfish replay. Stokes has a Sharon mark imprinted on his chest.
He's an elite user of the footy pad. He's not obviously grandson of the great Peter Murphy, but not huge in stature. But when he's got the ball in his hand, he looks dangerous more often than not.
Big kick here, Tim. Talk us through it.
I'm too nervous too. The Roos fans like it.
Game on.
That is game on. That's put the Roos well and truly back in the race. That takes us to
3-point ball game.
It is a 3-point ball game.
They refuse to die, do they, the Roos? They've had a couple of times today. First quarter Darfish replay here. We see the kick from Stokes. Veterans standing up in this quarter. Male for the Pies and Stokes for the Roos. But on a few occasions, Hahndorf have put the foot down, but the Roos have said no, not today.
Timmy Glover.
Yeah, I think so, 100%. And these clearances, these bounces are critical now.
Gilesy in.
Gilesy with that one straight to Callens.
Talk us through it. You have a bit of a showtime here, Timmy. Ball's inside
I get
forward.
I get a bit too excited to the showtime. I've got my dark glasses on. I can't actually see that far. I'll go to the screen here.
So what have we got?
Ball forced to a contest here, well deep inside Roos 50.
19.5 played, fourth quarter.
Keep going, Tim.
Hines lurking out the back. Ball's come free. Hines, clear takeaway, pushes the ball forward.
Oh, snap.
Snap at goal, puts him a point closer.
Ryan Babasi there. Been a little bit quiet. Gee, that would have been a moment.
Indeed it would have. It's all on the Roos now to lock this ball down and keep it inside the 50. Put the pressure back on Hahndorf.
Time on, only 2 goals this quarter, I'll remind you, so it can't be a long one.
5 minutes left, I reckon. Lights are on. Anzac Day Classic. Where would you rather be? Tim Glover's in the house for the final period.
Great tackle there.
No, not paid. Giles
Umpires call play on.
Stokes attacks the ball. Head over it. Magpies desperate. Parker Boys brothers linking up. Callens, the masterclass on the left boot. Big ball. Ground level. Hines. Snap. Miss. 1 point in the margin. Tim Glover.
It is, we've said it, we've called it, it's a cracker jack. It's one for the ages, but seriously, how good. 1 point, Hahndorf, Mount Barker, Pine Avenue, Anzac Day. Does it get any better for the Hills Football League?
Roos fans
doesn't get any better, does it?
Oh,
Anywhere.
absolutely. No, it's exciting, mate. I mean, obviously to come away with a win for the Roos supporters would be massive. But, round 3 sitting here. Hahndorf have been the measuring stick, the yardstick for a long time. But, the boys need to hold their heads high. But we're not done here yet.
Big day for Mount Barker. They're the ones that pioneered this fixture with the jersey as well. And a big morning.
Holding the ball.
Umpire says play on.
Oh, young field.
What's he done there?
No sense of occasion. It's going to be a throw-in or a last possession.
Didn't have to kick that, did he?
Touched
He
off
didn't
the
have to
boot.
kick that off.
Touched off the boot.
Kicked off the body, I think.
Yeah, straight into the
body.
backside, I think. Ricocheted out of bounds.
They pick up. Those Barker Roos fans on the outer side behind the bench, they're
Timmy
just
Glover.
waiting to burst out of their skin. They're 1 point down. Hahndorf 9-17. Goodness, they've left a bit on the table, but so has Barker. Giles, has he got one last rise in him? Who's getting this next goal? Salt goes again. It's a jaws of life type tackle on one of the best for the Roos, Grouch.
Centre wing.
Out of side, 22 minutes gone.
What a finish.
Hahndorf by 1 point. Haven't lost here since 2016. Ball extracted out. Karatai kicks the ball forward. Salt, Clamp flies. Ground level ball. Xander, can he keep his feet? Oh, great attack on the ball by both players there. Oh, a bit of a chicken wing. Grouch, off he goes. Kicks the ball out towards the outer side wing. Roos need to win the ground level ball here. And they do. Callens, Fendoff.
High coming back to Fendoff. Well called, Goldie, because they were out, the Roos.
Was well called, Goldie, but fairly contentious decision this late in the game.
Well, yes. Troy Parker Boys, meantime. 22.5 minutes gone. 1 point the margin. What a classic.
Edge of their seats.
Clamp will fly. So with Roscoe. Mark, Clamp.
Clamp out in front. Second grab of the footy.
All the experience coming to the fore. Hasn't quite been his day. It's been an almost day, but this might be his moment in the Dartfish replay.
It shows his class. That was a strong mark, led from the front.
100 goals across 32 games over the past 3 seasons for Strath, and of course,
2 bites of the cherry there.
Majority played in the Adelaide Crows Sandford team. He's taking every millisecond of his 30 seconds.
Do we have a shot clock
here
on this? In the Hills?
Can they count on their hands 6 times, the umpires?
All eyes on the umpire.
He's gone back to the middle.
He's got to give him his hurry up now. He's done the Ben Brown run up.
All right, this will probably seal it if he kicks the goal. A point, and Naru's got another chance to go down the middle. Clamp to win it for Hahndorf, you feel. And he's met.
And he's pushed it right.
9-18, boys.
Quick clearance is what the Roos need here. They'll take no time, hopefully, to keep that ball moving.
They've been so good at going straight down the ground today as well.
So they go out towards the Hahndorf interchange bench area. Hines, front position. Hahndorf player wrapped up the tackle there by Billy Stokes.
24 minutes gone. 2 point Hahndorf lead. Crowd on the edge of their seats on the outer side. Just punch forward, gains about 10 metres. Nobody in particular picked up by
Young
Field. Yes, it is, who tries to rove his way through. And, well, how to Barker pump it off half back. They need clear possession. It's been one of their best. Here they go.
Oh, big mark.
Need to mark.
Paid.
No offhand. Oh. Barker have it. Do they? They don't. Claimed on the ground. They want holding the ball. Umpire's got a sense of theatre. He gives it. Koshel turns and goes. Got to get up and got to get on with it.
Hines will roost this. Hines will go long.
He will.
Cricket pitch. Hines goes to about 20 out. Need a mark. The Roos. Who stands tall? Offhand. Hahndorf first there. Handball coming out. They've got numbers. They've got a short option. And Trenorden's going to take 30 seconds off the clock. 25 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Goldie, bring us home.
There it is, boys. There's the siren.
What a ring-a-ding.
Absolute ripping game of football. 2 points. The home side get up.
And the Roos without Lockie Murphy too for the majority of their second half.
Yeah, young Lockie took a fairly nasty head knock there, so we hope he's going to come up. But, yeah, 2 points.
For a
what
team
a game of football.
predicted to finish sixth in the Advertiser preview season article, you don't worry much about that, but Hahndorf have been the elite standard, and that Mount Barker, they had their opportunity there to win and didn't take the 2 premiership points, but so much to take moving forward out of that performance.
It is one of those cliches things, isn't it? You never like to come out without the points, but certainly when you come up against Hahndorf at Pine Avenue, as you said, they have been the yardstick for a number of years. To walk away 2 points off a win, or 3 points off a win, there is a lot of positives to take out. And the other thing is it's round 3, so it's a long season. Probably hurts a little bit more coming off a loss last week over at Thomas Foods International Park against the Tigers, but there is plenty to work with, so we'll regroup. We
got a good competition this year, don't we?
We have. It's good. It is. It's exciting. It's great to see Lobie back up there. Uradler, Lofty, obviously Hahndorf are always where they are.
Yes.
Onkers were competitive when we played them, so I think things are a lot closer. Ochunga obviously still with a bit of work to do. I think we take them on next week.
You do. Pancreatic awareness round.
It is.
Yep.
The old for the Avnus Foundation in memory of Pete Murphy and Vic Jones and Mark Whittington. So we always look forward to that one. But be good to get back to Benson Radiology and for our second hit out there. So plenty to take away, as you both said. So I'm sure Lackers will be frustrated, disappointed, as will the players. But all in all, moving forward at round 3, plenty to look forward to.
And Roo players that impressed you today from what you saw?
I think there was a few standouts
Fiji
for me.
kicked 4.
Yeah, I mean, Fiji was, I thought he was elite today. He's promised a lot, and I'm pretty harsh on him. But he certainly stood up today. Young, we talked about him before, young Lockie Murphy, I thought he was good early before he was taken out of the game. Young Field was strong in defence. I thought Brooks, even though he had that mark taken on at the end, I thought he was good on Clamp for most of the day. Gilesy was really solid in ruck.
Wasn't he?
Probably something we've lacked for a number of years.
That's what you need, isn't it?
He's, young Heath Baxter's done a really good job, but he's only a young lad. He's still learning his craft. But for Gilesy to step back up and play how he played today, it's kind of like he hasn't been out of footy.
Yeah, all right. Fantastic. Who do you think might be in the contention here for the medal?
The Tommy.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. It's I never seem to be on the same page as the umpires and some of the people that are doing the judging. You mentioned Samuel Callens. It's always tough to win the medal out of a losing side, but I certainly think, like he does week in, week out, he was good. And Hahndorf had a number of contributors.
Hayden was good in defence.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Very even performance.
All right, Tomia, can we get the
we'll go on ground for the awarding of the
down
Tommy Medal on this Anzac Day fixture.
All right, it's just heading over there now. Can we get the...
We'll see if we can pick up the audio. It's Hasn't quite come through at ground level, so we're just waiting for both sides to mull in the middle. The women are out for their women's fixture coming up in
that should be good, Tim.
Half an hour's time.
Women's match.
Looking forward to it. I think it's a really good addition to the Anzac Day format to get the women playing on the same day.
So both sides just making their way over to the Anzac Day logo, which looks an absolute treat. Beautifully done there by the Picasso of Pine Avenue, Keith White.
Does it every second year, mate. He never lets any of us down.
I've got to say, the Mount Barker one looks a treat too when they do it, don't they?
Well, we get young Luke Lahesi,
right?
Enviro Solutions, so he's specialist in the ground marking industry. See some footage or some social posts this week. He did the Big Live golf logo down there for this weekend, so he gets around a bit of that.
He's got a bit of highlight action, and weren't there lots of highlights today? Fidji there on his left, beautifully starred.
So Fidji had 4 for Mount Barker, Houlihan a couple, Koshel, Tiedemann and Stokes. Houlihan had 3 in actual fact, and for Hahndorf as they come over for the awarding of the medal. Clamp had a couple, Prenzler with 1, Salt with 3, and Mayo with that all-important 4th quarter goal, Tripodi and Karatai with singles as well.
Watching some of those replays there, one of the names that did keep coming up for Hahndorf was Salt. I thought he was very good today.
Kick 3.
Big heart, keeps going. His work around the contest and through the contest is fantastic.
It was the Salt and Fitch show in that opening term. Fitch with 3 and Salt with 2, and as you said, both carried the tone all the way throughout the rest of the fixture. As we wait for the ground announcer to make the announcement, Anzac Day Footy. Hope you've enjoyed the match. It's been an absolute classic. Here we go.
Back up microphone.
Plan B, second mic. So the Anzac Day medal will be presented by Mark Tyndale, the president of the Mount Barker RSL. And I have the privilege of announcing today's winner is Luke Jar, the Mount Barker Football Club. Congratulations, everyone. We look forward to a great game in the Open Women's. Thank you.
Firstly, great work to James there for capturing that moment. Tim, our camera operator, and what a beautiful moment. Luke Giles back in the A grade, and Lionheart performance wins the Anzac Day medal.
Well, I think I mentioned before, it's kind of like turning back the clock, but and it's unlikely that generally you see someone from the winning side take those medals. But he was brilliant. Like he gave, you both talked about, he gave Mount Barker first use of the football so many times. And as I said, I think it's one of those areas of the game. We've certainly been looking to improve our stocks in the ruck area. We talk about Hines rucking. He's done a bit, but it's not his normal position. It's not really where he wants to play. But absolutely, having Gilesy back in, it's crazy. Hadn't played, I don't think he's been up for 5 years. He came up to have a kick with some of his mates. Really, really impressed. He's the fittest I think I've seen him look for a long time, even when he finished his A-grade career. But, yeah. I mean,
that just opens up multiple options now, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I think the big thing is we'll see how Gilesy pulls up tomorrow, because I'm sure he'll be stiff and sore and remember some of those spots that he hasn't felt for a while. But, yeah, look, in terms of his contribution, obviously winning the medal is a magnificent achievement for him, but he was great for us. It's great to have him back around the club. He's got the family up. and you know, he's spent a bit of time being a dad, but to have him wanting to play football again, he came to us sort of wanting to have a kick again. It's great, and
that's one of the stories of the recent times. I reckon.
Absolutely, and if he can continue to play like he's played today, you know, we're in good stead for the rest of the season.
And often you get a 9-day break after a match onto the next one, so hopefully he pulls up cherry ripe for your next encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for both sides today, obviously short turnaround, but we've got the break, the extended break now. So I guess for us, not underselling a chunga, it'll still be a contest there. You know, we'll probably come off a little bit better, but yeah, 9 days now for the boys to get themselves right. A little bit colder out here today as we move closer into that winter football. So the bodies take a little bit longer to recover, and the aches last a little bit longer. So it'll be for both sides now. I'm sure it'll be about recovery. You know, we're going to have something on down at Benson tonight.
Yes.
So
Benson Radiology.
Yeah, the boys
fans get down there.
Absolutely. I'm sure both clubs will hang around and support their women's sides, and then once this one's done, we'll head down there, and I'm sure they'll have a few celebrations up here at Pine Avenue.
Well, the Roos sponsors today were Benson Radiology, Celebrations Mount Barker, Hanson Australia, Henley Homes. Do yourself a favour, McDonald's Mount Barker Crane Hire, Tim, always good stuff there. Terry White, Chemmart Mount Barker and Adelaide Hills Real Estate. And for Hahndorf, Jack.
Hahndorf sponsors the Harcourts Adelaide Hills, Rossdale Homes, Hogan Insurance Solutions and Hagen Menzel Contractors. And of course, Call of the Wild stream partners, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish. What an Anzac Day classic
and
we had today.
HFL sponsors, Work Locker Mount Barker, The Courier, Closest Supermarket, Sports Power, Sharon, Think Road Safety and Sports Centre, and the Hills umpires looking fantastic in the green. They were brought to us by Cherry Glen Osmond, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Mortgage Choice, Sterling Hotel, Sports Power and Appellee. So there we go, Tim Glover, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure, Goldie.
Never a chore. And this Saturday, Call of the Wild will be back at Meadows Oval, Meadows versus Macclesfield, another Anzac round classic coming up there. Thanks to, we'll sign off shortly for Jack, but Tommy Hill's done a sensational job as always. James upstairs, thanks very much, James, for capturing all the key moments there at the end. That was beautifully done.
Come into a bit of warmth now, he has.
He has, and Jack, thanks for joining us.
Absolute pleasure to fill the seat of the legend in Pistols. He'll be back alongside you this weekend.
And Jaden. Yep.
And Jaden as well, so always a privilege to join the Hills team, and what a match it was. Anzac Day footy at its absolute best.
Oh, we had a ring-a-ding. So until next time, as Pistols says, keep on kicking goals. And Tim Glover, the final word from you.
Just a great day for footy, mate.
Great day.
Really is a great day for footy. Australia's Day and a great game of football to look at.
And Hills footy is looking good.
Hills footy, alive and well.
Thank you, Tim Glover. Tommy, back to you.